7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fight!
Oh, the faithful, my friends in the shadows where darkness reigns, fade awake to break the chains. With a heart forged in valor's fire, he rides the path of a noble sire. Crusade for the realm where the fighters collide. Mortal Kombat stands strong with fate as our guide. Through the netherrealm's grasp, we'll battle the night. Fate leads the charge, we'll rise up and fight. From the depths of despair, the warriors call. Earth's realm's warriors, together we'll stand tall. With every punch thrown, every kick in the air, we'll shatter the silence, show them we care. Crusade for the realm where the fighters collide. Mortal Kombat stands strong with fate as our guide. Through the netherrealm's grasp, we'll battle the night. Fate leads the charge, we'll rise up and fight. Fate rides on wings of destiny, a symbol of hope for all to see. Together we'll conquer the forces so vile. With courage our weapon, we'll go the extra mile. Crusade for the realm where the fighters collide. Mortal Kombat stands strong with fate as our guide. Through the netherrealm's grasp, we'll battle the night. Fate leads the charge, we'll rise up and fight. So gather your strength, let the legends awake in the heart of the battle. For Mortal Kombat's sake, with fate on our side, we will never fall. Together forever, we will answer the call. Do you know, it's been a while without thinking of you, but the thought makes me smile. I'm so tired of wanting more than this. I know it, but what am I to do? I need to save this, yeah. So stand back and ignite. Oh, the faithful, you're coming with me. I know we'll make it one day. MK will be great again today. The thought makes me smile. I'm so tired of wanting way more than this. I know it, but what am I to do? I need to save this, yeah. So stand back and ignite. So give me some round. I need I remember blood on the pixel floor, uppercuts and screams we swore. Test your might in arcade wars. Now it's cuts and skins and daily chores. Fire gods rise and cannon falls. Recon legends, empty brawls. What happened to the soul, the pain? Now it's just Liu Kang, multiverse again. You press reset, thought it'd be bold, but you burn the heart for flashy gold. Mortal Kombat died in one. You cried, finish him with pride so raw. But now it's buy this skin or drop your jaw. Smoke returns with a tragic twist, but where's the grit behind the fist? Friendships now feel more sincere than this timeline's hollow veneer. We watch them clash, we watch them fall, but this reboot doesn't bleed at all. You polished bones, remove the bite. Traded chaos for neon light. Mortal Kombat died in one. What started strong now comes undone. Brutality and name not feel. A corpse dressed up in next-gen steel. I wanted blood, not multiverse lore. Now MK's not combat anymore. Remember when Shao Kahn made you quake? Now he's a pawn in a storyline fake. No stakes, no scars, no rage to feed. Just cuts and stretched between the greed. Breakdownity, not on screen, but in the heart of every teen who grew up loving every round. Now buried deep in soulless sound. Mortal Kombat died in one. Rewritten fate, undone, unspun. A franchise forged in blood and flame, reduced to echoes of the name. I wanted war, not timeline lore. Now MK's not combat anymore. Finish it. They already did.
All right. We've come here today to celebrate the great tragedy of Mortal Kombat 1. Misunderstood, misguided, harassed, bullied, put down. And it tried through all this humbleness and rewriting and gayness. We are here to honor such a wonderful game. Fuck. Hang on. Perfect game is my favorite game. Anyway, let's let's see what's available for the definitive edition, shall we? Let me move my chat. Oh, well, the chat's not in the way. So let's move it over. Move it over here. There we go. right next to the all right. I know it's kind of tiny, but so this is obviously the official MK1 account, right? Change logo, everything. This is the third, by the way. This is the third color change that we've had, right? Shout out to everyone in the chat. Sorry, I just got caught up with my emotions. I got caught up in my emotions. I'm so sorry. I'm so sad. I'm so terribly vexed. I'm terribly vexed. I don't know how I'm gonna survive. Right. Yeah, this is the third color change that they've gone through. So we started off with blue, then we went to piss yellow, and now we're tampon red, right? So this this makes me giggle. An era built on peace and tranquility. You know the game's called Mortal Kombat, right? It's called Mortal Kombat. It's in the title. Mortal Kombat. It's in the, yeah. Peace and tranquility doesn't come, like, you know, like. So, is destined to fester. Yeah, fester, right? Fester like fucking, like, you know how, like, you get infections under your foreskin and it festers? No? No? Okay. Alright. Can't. We'll cut that out. Right. Fester with chaos and deception. Yes. Absolutely. You know what? I actually agree with this. Chaos, because it was a complete shit show from day one. Right? Despite the hate that fate got, I was right. Didn't want to be right, but I was right. And deception. Oh, they deceived, all right. 100%. They deceived all of us in thinking they were competent in making a Mortal Kombat game, and they clearly were not. That's just a fact. Right? This is a year. How long is it now? A year? Was it a year and 8 months? Is it? It is. Yeah. Right. A year and 8 months. Anyway, so then we have like, so this is the thing, right? Like MK's losing steam, so they're trying to like revamp. So here we have the cosplay collection, right? Of a bunch of nerds that spent $50 on a costume each to go to the latest anime convention, right? And don't worry, we're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about who we think is to blame here. Everything. Right? Now, probably the best skin out of all of these movie ones, and I'd like to be very clear, I don't consider it a movie. I consider it fan fiction. Right? Because the only thing it seemed to get right in the first, like in the 2021 movie, was the Scorpion Sub-Zero stuff in the beginning. And then fucking Timu Raiden showed up, right? And baby snapped the child, and that was it, right? The only good skin out of these is probably the Scorpion one. That's probably the best one, right? The other stuff literally looks like you got people at, like, Wish to put this shit together. It looks terrible. No, it looks fucking terrible. Right? And the thing is, though, that, like, because the movie's coming out, so they've got to keep momentum up. They got to keep momentum up. Right? Regardless of what you fight for, well, I've been fighting for a great Mortal Kombat game for 1,000 years, so, you know, I guess I'm still going to have to keep on fighting. That's what we do around these parts. Now's the time to make your mark in this era. It's the new era. Just rename the fucking game Mortal Kombat New Era so we can disassociate it from the rest of it. Right? Own the Mortal Kombat 1 Definitive Edition, available now. Let's check on an Ed Boon, right? I'm sure he said something great. Let's refresh his page. Let's see what he's, you know, what he's... No? Oh. Oh. Is he still waking up? Right. This is his latest fucking... This is his latest post! Well, it's the best out of the bunch, Mac. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we're choosing... Listen, we're choosing between dog shit, cat shit, raccoon shit over here. This is Ed Boon's latest, like, post / retweet. What? What? Yeah, look. Yeah, Ed Boon reposted. God, I can't stand this fucking... Right, and you know why? You know why? That's why. That's the only reason why. Like... I bet you wouldn't repost it if Donald Trump was saying he was going to play Mortal Kombat. I mean, you know, like, prove me wrong, yeah? Right, we'll move this back over here. Whoop, not that way. Just that one? Hello, baby. Even my cat's coming here to hang out. There we go. So, hello, sweetie. So that's what the... That's the head of NRS right there, boys and girls. Now, this is the last one. So this is the one we've all had a look-see at, right? Where he posts, like, in April, Mortal Kombat 1. Most down, one of the top out of the 20, like one of the top 20 downloaded games, right? At number 18. Now, it was April, meaning Easter, meaning sales. Right? $19 months after launch. Well, I'll tell you what. 19 months after launch, it sounds like this is the death knell. This is the end of Mortal Kombat. Right? Now, seeing what else we got? We got this one over here. This is great. I fucking love this. This is absolute gold. Hang on. Can I make it small? How do I make it small? Put a cold spoon on it. Right. Oh, you'll just have to hear it. Right, you can see Ed Boon's Yegede over here. Listen to this horse shit.
Well, just like we did with Mortal Kombat 11, we're going to release a second part with more story. You know, and we have a big surprise after that.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Well, and we're going to work on the game for years to come. So we'll be releasing more story will be coming. So a lot of and we're going to work on the game for years to come. So we'll be releasing more.
Listen, your fucking Ronald McDonald pallets aren't going to sell it. That's not content. Hey, Interloco, it is your video. It is your video. Shout out to Interloco in the chat. Check out this dude, right? You just brought out you just brought out your new game, right? Was that you, bro? Or was that someone else I'm thinking of? Your new game on Steam, Dragon something. Is it? Anyway, check out Inner Loco. A key figure, especially when it comes to like getting into the inner workings and leaks and stuff, along with the thinny as well. So shout out to him for these videos. Bookmark it. See this dude here? See this dude here, right? This dude here has had a hard on for me for years, right? This dude drank the haterade. The Faderade, actually. He drank the Faderade, right? He's real funny in the head. Anyway. Right, but he don't get to make those decisions, baby. If Ed funded these games with his own money, you'd have to say, but yeah, but look, listen. I'm in two minds, right? You either, like, if you're the head of it, yeah? I mean, you can't tell me that Ed Boon and NRS have no say whatsoever. Like, just zip. Zero. Dragon Attack. Yes, if you're on Steam, go check out Dragon Attack, A Nightwolf Revenge. Over on Steam, put out by Interloco. This man right here, this fucking dude right here, go check it out. It looks great. It looks great, man. Actually, hang on. Let's go to your page, because is it on here? There we go. Is that it at the top? That's it. Here we go. That's his game right there. Right. Have you got any footage on here that we can play? Let's have a look. Let's have a looky. Is there a video? Give me a video. Is there a video? Or just the link? Oh, hang on. Is this it? Is this it? Here we go. Oh, is this only for language? No, I don't care about language. Is there a demo? Oh, okay, alright. Well, anyway, go check it out. Go check out his game over here. Very cool. Very cool indeed. So, moving on. To the MK source. MK movie skins and tournament Liu Kang are in the premium shop. 500 dragon crystals each.
Bruh.
Right. Like, I thought, when's the movie coming out? Does anyone know when the movie's coming out? Right. Because wouldn't you sort of like advertise this closer to the movie? That's a dumbass skin. That's a dumbass skin, right? I'm sorry, I don't, you know, I don't care much for it. So, maybe October 24th to 25th. Yeah, so that's a ways away, right? That's a ways away. So why would you do it now? Oh, that's right, because it's the most popular fighting game of all time. So fuck them. It's the biggest fighting game of all time. Because of one fucking chart. That's it, just one chart. The katana one doesn't even make sense, like, aesthetically, because it's got, like, this big point here. And if she even bent forward even slightly, it would dig in. Like, it's just stupid. I already covered it, like, in a video ages ago. Right. This is it, guys. GG. MK1 got less support than the freaking previous game, which was barely 2 years old, also. Right. The thinny says, maybe year 3 was the friends we made along the way. Oh, yeah, I made a whole bunch of friends. A bunch of fucking nitwits and tards as well. Right. All the glazers, all the shills. Right. Some of them were only pros, narcissists, blah, 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 blah. Right? Yeah, you fucking hater. Who's laughing now, bitch? Right? Who's giggling now, motherfucker? So the MK source also has here the definitive edition, what it includes, right? Apparently includes the game. Are you sure? Is there a Mortal Kombat game in Mortal Kombat? I don't know. So we got, it comes with a combat pack, Chaos Reigns, new movie skins, and more. Well, what's more? What is more? Please, sir, I'd like some more, right? And all the shills, this is what all the shills, right, and stuff. Wasn't Brady coming out ages, like for a while now? Wasn't he saying he's streaming this game to no one? Hyping the game up, right? This is what all these people are going to do, right? When it says, I don't want to buy it.
Do it! Just do it!
So, what's more? What is more? More will probably be more Ronald McDonald skins, palettes, perhaps, right? Them adding in the occasional skin. As long as you are adding even a singular piece of content to a game, technically Ed Boon isn't lying when you think about it. I mean, when they say content, you know, most normal people with 2 functioning brain cells and more understand what that really means, right? But what they're going to do is just add... Now, listen, I could be wrong. Just for clarity's sake. Just for clarity's sake, right? Okay? I could be wrong. This whole thing may not be over. It could be, you know, completely wrong. And then in a couple of months' time, right, at some game show or next month or whatever, they'll be like, oh, we're bringing out this... we're announcing something very exciting for MK1. Right, we're going to offer $10 for a tournament scene. No, but seriously, they could come out and prove us all wrong. They could come out and prove us all wrong. Right? I don't think so. Right? Because I think that Warner Brothers is in a lot of trouble. That's why they've scaled back on a lot of the other franchises. And Mortal Kombat was the moneymaker. And I think that's why Ed Boon has been retweeting out these, like, well, posting out these charts to try and show people, well, our fighting game is in the top 20. Where's the Street Fighter? Where's the Tekken? Right? And sometimes you've got to let listen, I'm not a fan of NRS, so I'm not just hating for hating's sake, right? But I'm not going to go into defense mode like some people on here that, you know, have fragile egos, right? I love MK, and I've been playing MK since the first game, and I remember distinctly 2 things. Firstly, I remember the day and how I felt when I found out that Ed Boon and John Tobias were not working together anymore. That's the first one, right? I remember that distinctly. I had this feeling, right, that it was going to change, that something was going to change, right? And then what do we get? We get Deadly Alliance. Why? Why that game specifically? Well, it's because they went from essentially 2D fighting mechanics with run button and, you know, high punch, low punch, high kick, low kick, to basically a violent Tekken, right? Now, I know, like, Total MK and I, we talked about this. He said that the reason for that is because they were, you know, they were trying to compete with other 3D fighters at the time, right? I understand that, sure, right? But still, that was the moment that they started to get rid of their legacy, right? Now, we still had John Vogel on the team, right? The writing was fairly decent. You know, like, Conquest was amazing. It still felt like a Mortal Kombat game because it was still midway, right? But because there was no Overlord as such, Ed Boon was the king shit in charge, And the obsession to try and remake each game to make it fresh doesn't work in a fighting game series. You are killing your franchise. You are killing the legacy that made it popular. For the simple fact of going, oh well, you know, we're gonna make it exciting. Listen, mate, put some titties in it. That's it. Right? Give us some fucking cool characters. Stage fatalities. Right? Stop. You know, yeah, have you ever noticed, right, that the 2D era, like when Trilogy came out, right, which was the first time we got animalities. When Trilogy came out, what did we have? We had transitional stages. We had stage fatalities. We had at least 2 fatalities per character. We also had a brutality as well. The animalities, babality, friendship. How is it that a game that is so fucking old, like Trilogy, had more shit in it than a team that's like, what, over 300 people now? God knows more. Are you serious? Really? Okay. Sure. Right? What do you want next? Do you straight up? I'll get into that. Actually, let me make a note on it because I'll address that shit. What do I want? I wouldn't mind a cookie. Can I have a cookie, please? Can I? Wait. No? Okay. Interloco says, yeah, 10 brutalities, so fatalities, blah, blah, blah. Brutalities are gay. Yep. Clip that shit. Brutalities are fucking gay. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because when you did fatalities, finishing moves back in the 2D games, you had a sliver window, like the tiniest fucking flea's dick of a hair window. To do a finishing move was a skill. To do a finishing move required you to be very fast and knowledgeable of the finishing move to be able to do it in that tiny sliver of time. That in on itself was the skill. And then the finishing move was fast anyway. Right? So you didn't sit there and fucking grow white hair waiting for the thing to finish. Right? That's just a fact. I'm all fuzzy. There we go. Right? So now, right? And the brutality, this is my idea for brutalities, right? And I've said this before. The brutality should be a multi-path, like it is like the super move of a fatality. Right? So you start the sequence like in MK, like in the classic. So the one I always remember is Scorpions. Right? High punch, high punch, high punch, high punch, low punch, block, high punch, high kick, low kick, high kick. Right? Hang on, I'm just trying to... My muscle memory knows it. Right? You start the sequence, so you start hitting them. Right? And then it goes into this... Then it slows down, and it gives you 3 pathways. Right? Press square, triangle, circle, or X, Y, and B. Right? And depending on which one you press, then you go on this... You go on that pathway down this way. Right? And at different parts of that, you press a button, like either a win or failure rate, like a quick time event. And that is where you do the most epic theme-focused fatality. See, fatalities now, it's like torture. It's like torture porn, right? I'm watching this shit, and it's just glorified torture. Oh, I can't wait to cut them up into little pieces. You know, what do you, feed you fucking pooches, said the Joker in The Dark Knight, right? It's not about money. It's about sending a message, right? So it's just, that's how I do brutalities. Turn it into this cinematic quick time event system that is themed specifically around the character. Completely around the character, right? And then that's the brutalities. Okay? Then you make the fatalities like the brutalities are now, where they're quick, they're just shocking, right? Instant explosion, boom, right? Knock the head off. Like, you don't have to go into this massive detail sequence. And you make the window tiny again, really tiny. Now, I know some people out there will have a sook, will have a cry. Oh, it's too fucking, I can't do it, too, you know, shut the fuck up, right? If you can sit there and do stupid ass combos, you can do that. Toby says it's a lot of work. I don't give a fuck. They got the money. I don't, right? They figure it out, right? If they can sit there like an MK11 and have their workers get PTSD from researching cadavers and how bodies actually have been blown apart, real imagery, right? Then they can do the rest, right? So anyway, what do I want? What do I want? Let's answer the question. Let's answer the question for Maxi and Mishima. What do I want? Here's how you fix it. And I've talked about this before, so this isn't new. But this is how you save Mortal Kombat. Don't listen to the esports scene, right? You know, much love to the people that do compete that aren't assholes, right? But they don't speak for the MK fan, right? And what has been popular? What has been stuff that people have loved when they do polls and things like that? What do people talk about that I see in my comments and stuff like that, right? What do I see? Bring back game modes. Bring back Conquest, right? And a lot of people, not all, but a lot of people don't care about the guest characters anymore because it's just a joke. Look at this ridiculous shit right here. This is a joke, right? If you went back to me 20, 30 years ago and you told me that they're going to put like fucking like Conan, because at the time, so, you know, you would have had Conan at the very least you would have known about, and of course the T-1000. If you went back in time and told me that these characters, or say the Terminator from MK11 or Spawn was going to be in Mortal Kombat, I wouldn't have believed you, right? Okay, so this is how you fix it. You don't make a new Mortal Kombat game, right? What you do is you do what Capcom's doing. You start looking at your legacy and realizing that if you didn't have your fucking legacy, you wouldn't be putting out slop like this. This didn't exist by itself. It didn't just come out of nowhere, right? It is the legacy that is the reason why Mortal Kombat sells, right? And I would completely, right? So, yeah, I won't get into like a new game, so we'll just talk about legacy here. So I would look into their legacy. I've talked about the 3 collections before, but for those that are new to the channel or haven't heard it, let's talk about them briefly. The first collection is essentially like, you could call it Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, right? Right? And what you do is you have all the arcade games, all the way up to MK4, right? You have a bonus game in there, War Gods, right? Because War Gods was the precursor to MK4. War Gods was essentially their testing ground to see whether or not they could do essentially the 3D fighter like they were going for, and then we got MK4, right? So the 2D Legacy, or the Legacy Collection, would have all the arcade ROMs, all the different versions of the arcade ROMs, including, I would like, the 0. whatever version that came out for MK2, where Baraka had his blade spin, right? So we put his arms out to the side and he would spin like a top, right? I am one of the few people that has seen that in the arcade in real life back in the day when it came out, before they updated it to 1.0, right? That's cool shit. That's cool shit, right? Then you get all the home versions into the Legacy Collection. Everything from the Game Boy, the Game Gear, the Master System, the Mega Drive, the NES if it was on that, the Super Nintendo, the Saturn, the PS1, the N64, you know, and of course MK Gold from the Dreamcast. You get it all in there. Don't tell me you couldn't fucking do it. Don't start that shit with me, because Fightcade can do it. Fightcade, by the way, if anyone's interested in actually playing the old arcade games against other people, if you jump into my Discord, I can't post the link because YouTube had a shit fit when I actually did a video on this. So if you jump into my Discord, there's a Fightcade channel, and at the top is a link. You click the link above the box where it shows like the actual name and the file size. You click the top link. If you click the link in the box, it'll tell you that you got to verify shit. You don't need that, right? So Fightcade is essentially an emulator that allows you to play games that have a 2D, like a 2-player component or more, online for free. So you can play Arcade MK1, MK2, MK3, Ultimate MK3, a whole host of other fighting games like Street Fighter Alpha 3 or King of Fighters 2002, whatever. It's all in there for free. And my version allows you to acquire the games with little fuss, right? Otherwise, it's a little bit more of a issue, right? But Fightcade proves that they can easily do it, and this is free. They can easily do it, right? You ever notice, by the way, some of these the older pros? Why aren't they on Fightcade? Are they scared of jumping back into real fighting games? I don't know. Gauntlet thrown, motherfucker. Right? So, Fightcade can prove that you can do it. Meaning that if they made a Legacy Collection, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, boom! You can have that one for free. Warner Brothers? All of them in there. All of them. Right? Fuck YouTube verification says I missed the old MK stage music. So yeah, I would make a jukebox as well. Right? For all the collections coming out that we're going to talk about. All the collections, right? Jukebox, all the way, right? You know, if you want to play MK2 arcade, but with the music from the Mega Drive version, you can. Okay? Easily, right? Do it. Okay? So, that's what I would do. For the Legacy Collection, I would also add in there MK Mythology, Sub-Zero, and Special Forces. Okay? And then you have essentially the bookend of the Midway 2D era. Right? You've got that nice bookend. Okay? All of them can be played online. No problem. You have rooms. This fucking shit doesn't even have rooms, bro. Rooms. Doesn't even have... Alright. So that's what I'd do. That's the first collection. And that would go fucking nuts. It would go crazy. Okay? You could add in extra stuff like behind the scenes things. Anything that was like that you had from like the crypt and stuff like in the 3D era, you could put in there as well just to pad things up. Whatever you want. Right? Whatever. Achievements, of course. Trophies. Trophy hunting. All of that sort of stuff. Right? And I would also add in, just for those that do struggle with the AI, an alternative option for the AI for the classic 2D games. Because the classic 2D games, to be fair, the AI is pretty horrific. Like you've got to cheese the game to beat it, right? So when you play Mugen Mortal Kombat games, right, they don't have that AI, right? And it feels a lot easier to fight against the AI that it has. So I would incorporate some sort of like, you know, alternative AI that you can fight against, say, an MK1, MK2, MK3, Ultimate and stuff that you can turn on or off. So it's a choice, not either or, right? So that way people can experience the classic games, right? Fall in love with the characters, the stages, the story, everything like that, but without the headache of being absolutely decimated by this AI, which is very unforgiving. It was designed to take your money, right? It was designed to take your money. That's why it cheated so much, right? So that's what I do. Now, for those of us that, or for those of you, sorry, not us, because I was the 2D era, but for those of you that were raised in the 3D era of MK, well, I got some good news, right? You call it the Dada Collection. Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon. Da, right? You have Deadly Alliance, MK Deception, Armageddon, and you throw in, as the bonus game, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, all online play. All of it. All of it. Right? All of it. Okay? And all you got to do, you don't need to do anything else. You don't need to remaster the graphics or any of that sort of shit. Right? Because we know how lazy these people can be. All you got to do is up the resolution. I've got videos on my channel. I've showcased this many times before. You increase the resolution of these games, like the PS2 or Xbox versions, whichever ones, to 4K or whatever. It smooths out the aliasing and it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing, right? No, we put MK Gold in the Legacy Collection. Yeah, because it plays more 2D. Like, it plays more like a 2D, even though it's 3D models. So I put Gold into the Legacy Collection along with MK4, all right, and bookend that, right? And then just start with Deadly Alliance up to Shaolin Monks. However, I would also put in, like, obviously the different variations of games that we got, like, say, with Armageddon and Deception. Because I think the PSP got, was it Unchained? Mortal Kombat Deception Unchained or whatever it was. You had a variation for the Wii for Armageddon as well, right? So I would do that, right? I would have all the different variations that were also made, like handheld ones as well, and put them in the Dada collection as well, right? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And everything up to this point you can play online, Roll8 Netcode. Don't tell me you can't fucking do it because Capcom's doing it. Capcom is doing it. Capcom is doing it in spades. You can't tell me you can't do it. Because they're just about to drop Capcom Fighting Collection 2. And I'll be streaming that in a couple of days. Tomorrow actually when it comes out, right? Hopefully I have better success than Doom. Don't worry, I will be getting back to the Doom stream. So don't stress about that. I've just been waiting for the game to actually, you know, be functional. Thanks PC Gaming, one of the downsides. But they've been doing it, and they got 3D games, like 3D fighters in there. You can't tell me you can't do it. Right? You could easily do it. Easily do it. Outsource it to fucking Q-Lock or whoever else is really good at doing ports. Right? Do that. So I'm just trying to think. So we got Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, any handheld or variations of different console ports, including also Shaolin Monks. I think that rounds out the Dada collection. So it's less games, but that doesn't matter because, like, there's a lot, like, technically there's a lot more, you know, stuff in there, right? There's a lot more content. You know, you got all the mini games, you know, all that sort of shit, right? There's tons and tons of stuff in there, okay? And then the final collection, the third one, right? And I don't know what I call it, actually, right? Maybe I'll call it Mortal Kombat. I don't know what I call it. I don't know what I call it, actually. Right. But what I do is, I would have Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe and Mortal Kombat 9. And the variation of it that we got with the Vita version. So we could actually have the PS Vita version in there, right? So that way, you know, because it had a couple of extra things in it, right? But I would make it so that those extra costumes that the Vita version got were also made available for the main Mortal Kombat 9 game, right? So you have MK vs. DC, MK9. Now this is where you start to remaster. The PC version graphically looks amazing, right? It looks really, really good. But the cutscenes are terrible. For whatever reason, the cutscenes in MK9 on PC are awful. Really low quality. Like, really, really low quality, right? So, that's where you would remaster or have the original file size put into the game. So that way it looks great. Like, it looks really, really good, right? And that's how I'd round out. Because if anyone's talked to Total MK, you'll know that MK9 was developed under Midway before the bankruptcy, right? That's why MK9 feels like an MK game. That's why it feels so radically different to MK10, right? MK10 was then basically like building off the blocks of Injustice 1. Whereas MK9 felt like the last true MK game that we got, MK9, right? So that's why you bookend those two together with the Vita version, right? And that's it. Okay, but that would be enough. That would be enough, bro. Now, there's another way that you can do this too, just before I continue, right? Because we'll get into talking about MK10 and shit as well. Fuck that game. Anyway, you could do what they did on PC, and I'm assuming they did it on console, right? Where Capcom created an arcade program, right? It's an actual front end for all their arcade games, right? So what happens is that, you know, you download it for free, okay? And then in there, you can go to each arcade machine and access the games in there. Now, you could do that route, but I think it'd be a lot more work and a lot more like nitpicky. You know, they'd have to sell the games individually and stuff like that, you know. So I think the packs would be ultimately better long term, and very distinct. They're very distinct packs. You can't tell me, and I've said this before, you can't tell me that NetherRealm and Warner Brothers hasn't been looking at what Capcom's done and gone, shit, man, fucking Sega did it. Sega did it with Virtual Fighter 5 Revo. And now, with that, they're now putting it multi-platform. Because it's doing so good. And what this does is it generates hype and excitement for their true sequel to the franchise in so long. And that's great. That's what we need. That's the great thing about Legacy. Okay, you get to introduce people that have never played it to these games. The old fuckers like me get to play these games again and sit here and be excited about this stuff. I remember somebody said once to me not long ago, they said imagine Fate being happy about Mortal Kombat. Right? And it's true. Yeah, they're actually not wrong. Because anyone that was around when I was covering MK9 back in the days outside of the banning, I was fucking on fire. I was so excited, man. I was so excited for MK9. I remember, I can't play it. I'm pretty sure I still got it saved, actually, because I saved all my old channel videos back from then. But I actually made a trailer for MK9 as a thank you, right? It was using a soundtrack, one of the soundtrack songs from Vexil. If anyone's watched the anime movie Vexil, it's an amazing movie. It's about how Japan walls themselves off from the rest of the world, you know, and the US infiltrate, and they find out that, you know, basically Japan was decimated by this AI, this sort of like this robotic-esque type, you know, synthetic virus or whatever. And there's this one particular song in it. It's the Jaeger fight, and it's really fucking cool. And I remember making this trailer to it because I've been doing this editing shit for a long time, and I have a lot of fun with it. And so I made this trailer as a thank you, right, for it. In fact, I might dig it up and then just see if I can apply another song to it, perhaps. So at least visually you can see what I'm talking about, right? But like, I was so pumped. And to be able to have that excitement again for MK would be amazing. I've tried. If you go back and watch my videos before release, I was starting to get pretty excited about, you know, some of the character reveals, like seeing Reiko or Reptile and stuff like that, you know. I tried, man. I tried, but, you know, it doesn't have the soul. It doesn't have the heart, you know. Now, let's talk about the NRS era, right? Now, ultimately, what you could do, if you wanted to, is you could do an NRS era collection, which would feature both Injustice games, and then both MKX and then MK11, right? Now, I don't give a fuck really about those games because, you know, it's people think that, well, not obviously all people, but some people think you're just hating for hating's sake. But the reality is, though, is that the very first moment I tried Injustice, and then the very first moment I tried MK10, after playing MK9, I could feel this difference. There was a change in the animations. There was a change in the way that the engine moved. I've talked about this before. The characters felt sticky. It felt like, you know, when you're doing combos, they kind of stick to you, or there's this vacuum effect, right? Where you can't seem to just escape. You know, you're just locked in, even if visually, it doesn't even look like the fucking attacks are hitting you properly, right? And so I've never been a big fan of whatever they did to their engine. Like, it's just absolute horse piss. It's just the absolute worst, right? But I understand that people like that slop, right? So, you know, you got to have your collection too, and I do that. I just do a 4-game collection, right? And then, you know, maybe they could possibly remaster the graphics. I don't know. I mean, on PC, so again, I'm playing these games on PC, right? So the PC versions look great. Maybe on the console versions, they could take now advantage of what the PC had on offer. But, you know, the console versions probably weren't that hot in comparison. So I would have, I would do that as a collection, you know, have the 2 Injustice, have the 2 MKs, and have that, because I don't know if they put MK1 in there. They might, like, they might do it, but I don't know if they actually would, right?
Oh, he mad, huh?
So,
Oh, he mad, huh? Oh, he.
okay, all right. So, but yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do if you know, if I had the choice to make these particular collections, right? Fuck up my fucking. Oh, there we go. Okay, all right, it's going stupid. All right, fine. Hang on, let me just reset that. And close that and I'll relaunch it. So, so that'll be my collections. Now, let's talk about how would we make a new game. Now, I've talked about this before, right? We talked about this before, but we're going to talk about it again. How would I make a new Mortal Kombat game? What would I do? Right? Let's see if I got my sounds back. Hang on. Just making sure.
Oh, he mad, huh? Oh, he mad, huh?
Can you guys hear that? You can hear that just fine. Is my headset still on or did I turn it off? There we go. That's why I couldn't hear anything, because my fucking headset turned off. Piece of shit. Anyway, moving on. How would I do it? Right. Much to the chagrin of some of the only pros out there, or the pro scene in general, I would scale all the way back to classic style. If every other fighting game out there is able to retain its fighting game legacy, why does Mortal Kombat have to sacrifice it? And Mortal Kombat's true legacy is not 3D era. It is 2D. Right? So let's talk about gameplay just for a moment. Purely from a gameplay point of view, right? The legacy of Mortal Kombat is 2D. Simple as that. You can argue all you like. You can pull up game sales all you like. But 3D era didn't exist without needing the 2D era before it. The 2D era should have been maintained throughout. That's why MK9, to a degree, was very successful, because it went back to a 2D style fighting game with 3D characters, but it still retained some of the dumb shit from the 3D era. Like, for example, doing combos without, like, in the air, without even needing to touch the person. That's stupid. That is the epitome of gay. I don't want gay in my game. I don't care if you're gay, I just don't want gay in my game. Right? So.
Oh, he mad, huh? Oh, he mad, huh?
So. I would scale all the way back to 2D. Standard attacks. Right? Bringing back high punch, high kick, low punch, low kick, block, and run. With the change stance button. Actually, what would I do with that? Let's hold off on that for a sec. Because I think I would do something different, but let's just hold off on that for a sec. So you bring back the classic layout. You bring back the classic attacks. You make the uppercut the best anti-air in the game. Right? You have your standard high kick, roundhouse kick, sweep, low punch, low kick, uppercut, of course. I would add in an overhead, right? If you want. Just so people can't sit there and turtle, right? Just smack them around a bit, you know? Wake them up. That's it. That's all I do. Now, if you to do your combos, you still have the same dial-in system like we do now, but you got to be touching the opponent, like other fighting games, right? A lot of other fighting games out there have the same system. Okay, so you got to be on top of the opponent for the combo to start actually being able to work, right? And if you're blocking that combo, you're blocking that whole fucking thing. You don't need to worry about going low or going high. If you're blocking the start of the combo, you block the whole thing, right? Now, you could modify that slightly, where like in Granblue Fantasy versus Rising, that at the end of the combo, you could press forward and say, like in Granblue, if you press forward and medium or forward and heavy, you'll either do a low attack or you'll do an overhead. But that doesn't allow you to then continue on a combo. That's just breaking them out of them turtling and letting them... That's the only 50-50 I would allow. Outside of... yeah, that's the only 50-50 I'd actually allow. That's it. Right? Okay? So, that's what we scale it back to. We bring back the run button. Okay? We bring back restrictions on combo length and damage. Right? Because what we have right now is way out of hand. It's ridiculous. It's way out of hand. Right? Now, I don't mind having the super bar. I'm not against that. I think we should have the possibility. Now, here's the interesting thing. If we fixed all the combos, right, then we don't need combo breakers. Okay? But what you could have, again, so I'm going to be taking a lot from Granblue here. In Granblue, you have this system where if they're on top of you and and you're blocking and they're constantly like trying to combo you, right? You have the ability to press both medium and heavy buttons, right? And you spend one of these, like you got like 3 pips of this resource per round. And what it does is it knocks them off you. So if you're blocking and they keep railing on you, you can press 2 buttons together and it pushes them off you. It blows them off you, so that way it gives you some breathing room, right? So you don't need combo breakers, because Granblue doesn't have combo breakers, but it has that system in place to get people off of you to say, hey, back the fuck off, right? We'll get into combat in a minute. Don't let me forget Emerald, if you wouldn't mind, right? So that's what I do in regards to that. Now, that's fixing the combo, the gameplay. Make it, simplify it, right? But then in that simplification, you can find a lot more pathways to victory and a lot more fun, right? It doesn't feel like you've got to stick to a certain gameplay style or meta just to win, right? Now, as far as like saying a super bar goes, I actually would scale it back. Like, I like X-rays. I thought X-rays was great. But I wonder if we could change it from X-ray to aggressor. Bring back Trilogy, the name aggressor, right? Call that the aggressor bar that fills up, based on what you're doing in the fight. And then when it activates, right, you have, say, a couple of options, right? And maybe this is kind of where you can borrow a little bit from, say, Tekken's heat system. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. But you could either spend all your aggressor in some, like, sort of super move, right? Or, as the aggressor's active and you've got, like, the shadowing effect of your character, you're moving faster, you're hitting faster, right? You might take more chip damage, like, you might do more chip damage. But you also are open to taking way more damage too, right? This is something that they've done very well in Granblue, right? So I honestly can't remember the name. It always escapes me. So these 3 pips, these 3 like currency that you have per round, right? The way it works is that if you spend 1, okay, you don't take any additional damage. So if they're hitting you, it's the standard amount of damage. Say it's 50, right? If you've spent 2 of those 3, then instead of their hit doing 50 damage on you, it might jump to 75. If you spend all 3, right, so if you blow your load, okay, then you might take 100 damage for that same attack. then if you had your 3 resources left, you'd only take 50. That's why Granblue, I think Granblue's fighting system is the best. It is the most slept on fighting game right now, and it is the best combat system, both offense and defensive, I've seen in any other fighter for a very, very long time, right? So it's like, so when they go aggressor, right, you know, and they're moving faster and shit like that, it doesn't mean to say that they're invincible. They're actually more susceptible to damage, right? So they have to be careful. They can't just wander in like the Hulk. They have to be careful, or they can blow it all in one go, right? Do some super move, right? Very quick. You know, well, not super quick, but not to like, we don't want it to be something where we're sitting there going, please hurry up and be over, right? We need to make sure that, like, you know, you want to see these attacks, right? But you don't want to be sitting there going, just hurry the fuck up. Just come on. Like, I'm sick of seeing this bullshit, right? That's what I do. No more 3 bars. You get either or. You can choose. It fills up aggressor, right? It catches on fire. You know, it's cool shit. Maybe every character, this is a cool thing. Maybe every character has a unique aura that activates as soon as they go into aggressor mode, right? So Scorpion, instantly covered in flames, right? Sub-Zero, suddenly he gets like all this ice spiky armor come out of him. Shit like that. That'd be cool, right? That'd be fucking cool. Okay? Nice, cool visual effect. Looks, you know, and yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be awesome, right? I think that'd be very cool. Now, I just want to go back. So Emerald Arts asked about air combat. I'm not against air combat. Okay? I'm not against it, but if we go back to Armageddon, it was done better. Armageddon was done better. Right? Now, obviously, in these old games, you might have had broken loop, infinite loops and stuff like that. Forgetting the exceptions to the rule, right? I would have, you know, it's fine to have air combat. Every character has the ability to pop someone up. It's a standard pop-up, right? So, for example, you know, if you've got your uppercut, which knocks them up, but you can't do a follow-up, right? So maybe there's another way that you do it, right? You get them in the air, you do your little combo, it knocks you further, like you far enough away from each other that, okay, you've done it, done. You're back on the ground now, let's go, right? There's too much in the air. There's too much focus, even in Tekken 8, there's too much focus getting people off the ground and keeping them off the ground with little to no way to be able to get out of it, right? That's what I do. So that way you still get your air combat, okay? But you also have those restrictions. The problem with MK1, and I've said this for the longest time, it's a car with no brakes, right? They basically said you could go as fast as you want. Yeah, but what if we want to stop? What if we want to change, like, lanes? Oh, we're going to crash, right? So that's what I do. That's what I would do in regards to that. Now, the block button. Oh, multifunctional block button. Okay? In Granblue, the block button, there's 2 ways to block in Granblue. You hold back, or you hold block, right? But you need both. Technically, you need both, right? Because if you want to dodge, or you want to dash, as in a dash that goes past a projectile, dash that goes past the person, a dash that goes past their actual physical attack, you need to press forward and block. Or you press back and block, and you actually dodge out of the way of either a physical attack or a projectile. Imagine how cool that is, right? That you could, like, you know, like they throw a freeze, and instead of just blocking it or ducking it, right, you're actually becoming more aggressive and going, right, I'm going to duck, I'm going to dash past this. And it works. It fucking works. It works in Granblue. And I think that would be a nice little way, because it's defensive, right? You've gone just from having a block button to having the ability to dodge out of the way of stuff. The psychological mind game of that is this. When they see you when they're throwing shit at you and you're on your game, you're just dodging out of the way. You're dodging past it. You're showing them, fuck you, you can't even hit me. You can't even hit me blocking, bro. I'm moving out of the way of all of this shit. So then they have to come up with a different strategy. What are they going to do? Especially, too, if you're dodging past their attacks, like their projectiles, getting closer and closer and closer and closer, then they're like, shit, what do I do? You know, because if they're a zoner, and they haven't really learnt how to fight, whether it be up close or not, they're going to panic. And that's why I love fighting games, man. It's getting in their head. But to get in their head, you got to have options. You got to have the tools. And these tools aren't broken. Not like in MK11, because I know a lot of the people didn't like a lot of the wake-up attacks and stuff like that. In fact, I would get rid of wake-up attacks. No? I don't give a fuck. No, wake-up attacks are gone. You don't need them. You don't need them. Right? Now, you could have a dodge roll back. Right? You could do like a tech roll. Sure. Okay. But you don't need it. You don't need a wake up if you implement other systems, like I said, right? With a resource that allows you to knock the opponent off you if they're wailing on you. Right? NRS needs to start looking at other fighting games and going, how can we design our systems better? Okay? Now I'm not a pro guy. But you know how I know this shit works? Right? For all the bullshit only pros and the dickheads and stuff. Fate doesn't know what he's talking about. At EVO, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising gets more people signing up for it than Mortal Kombat 1. Right? So, you know, you can say whatever you like about me, but the facts speak for themselves. Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, a second release of that franchise. So we had Grand Blue Fantasy versus, now Rising, right? And in fact, if you guys are actually interested, let me know in the chat and I'll load the game up. I will load up Grand Blue and I will show you in real time this stuff and how it works. Right? How would I design the game visually, though? No realistic graphics. Let's get back to a fantasy look. In fact, I would like John Tobias and people to take John Tobias's artwork and apply that look to 3D models in the game. That's what I'd like. Alright? Don't worry about having fucking sweat and bullshit like that. Okay? Just have, you know, just have this almost like the cartoon art style, right? Because people like the animated movies that have come out. I'm not a big fan. I don't really care for them, right? And I don't like that particular art style because it seems a little too squarey. But if we took John's art style and applied that in a 3D style, as well as the backgrounds, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Perfect, as far as I'm concerned, right? That's what I do. Okay? Somebody mentioned Creator Fighter in the chat. 100% bring that back. Creator Fighter was amazing. Creator Fighter, so I can't say this without the other. You get back to just having skins. No more modifying the color of your character. No more modifying the fucking mask piece. Right? Let's make just different skins. Right? I'll give MK10 that. MK10 actually had really good alternate skins for their characters that fit the theme of the character. Okay? That's what we need to get back to. All the customization, all the good work. Now, I'll give props to NRS for this. All the good works for their customization of your characters that both came in with Injustice 2 and MK11 You take all that energy and you could create a fighter. Right? That's it. You just make it create a fighter. Look at Soul Calibur 6. Not only can you create your character out of a baseline stance of a character already existing in the game, you can also completely redesign the character, everything from gear, you know, everything. And not only that, you share it. You share it with people. You can download their creations. Right? You customize their special moves. Make them broken. It doesn't matter if they're broken characters. You're not going to be taking these characters into a tournament setting. And you would have a separate mode for online play for Create a Fight. That's what I call it, Create a Fight. You have Create a Fighter, and they have Create a Fight. Are you listening, Warner Brothers? And actually, you know what? I'd like some royalties now. Thank you. Right? Because this shit shows up in a future game. You're going to hear about it. Create a Fight. That's what you have. Create a Fight is the mode where people can get online and just use their creator character against somebody else. Right? You satisfy both camps. So this is what some of the only pros, or these people that only care about their character and what their character can do. I care about satisfying all camps. It's why I've come up with the idea that, you know, for online play, there should be two sets of rules. You have tournament rules that are modified and tuned for the pro scene, and that pro scene are the ones that practice with that AI that then experience that AI when they go to the tournament. And then you have the casual side, or the MK side, which is just, you know, whatever, just fun, broken shit. Have some fun with it. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. Just do that. End of story. Okay? So we've got the art style down. Obviously, we'd bring back Dan Forden, 100%. Dan Forden with his iconic music making and sound effects for the stages and characters and whatnot. So we've got the art style down. We've got the music down, sound effects down. Right? I would bring back all the sound effects of the oohs and ahs when you do an uppercut, and a laugh of Shao Kahn, things like that. Right? That's what I do. Okay? And Emerald Arts is mentioning the stages. Oh, the stages, man. Well, the stages themselves are characters. In Mortal Kombat, a stage is a character. Right? It's why the stages in MK1 look beautiful, but they have no soul. There's nothing dangerous about fighting in the fucking hallway. Right? Or anything like that. We need to have the stage fatalities return. Now, this is how I would do 3D era stage fatalities or transitions in a 2D space. In MK11 and Injustice games, when you get close to certain objects in the background, you press a button. So maybe the L2, instead of stance change, you just leave your character facing one way every time. If they swap sides, it just swaps the you know, nobody gives a fuck. I don't need to see the back of the character all the time. Just make it a certain way and lock them in, right? You take the technology that they brought in, where if you get close to something on a stage, you can press a button and you interact with it. So what I would do, for example, right, is this. You take something like, I don't know, like, say, for example, you were maybe a pit stage, but it's a modified pit stage, perhaps, and there was like a fence, right? And there's a gate, right? For whatever reason, okay? And in that gate, you can see a pathway that goes through to another pit that has no fence line, right? When you get close to this particular gate, you press your button, you grab them, and you smash them into the gate, and it cracks it. Okay? If you get there again, and you do it again, smash them into the gate, this time you throw them all the way through. They tumble down to the next pit stage. Right? And then there's no fence. Okay? And then from there, depending on what you do, because I liked having the stage transitions and the instant fatalities in the stages in the 3D era. I thought that was very Mortal Kombat. They actually upped their game and said, how do we make these stages just really deadly and really interactive? And they did it. They absolutely did it, right? And that's what I do. So that way, in a 2D space, even though it's a 3D realm, like a 3D arena, but you fight in a 2D plane, you can activate to go to other 2D planes within that arena. Okay, and then that way you can, you can actually make, like, the stage itself has its own excitement to it, and then people are going to try and get the person they're online. They're going to try and want to smash that gate and get to the other part, right? That'd be fucking awesome. And maybe, so for example, maybe if you get uppercutted, okay, it's instant death on the pit that has no railing, right? Or maybe there has to be a certain amount of uppercuts that are done in the fight from that player to then do it. So say you hit him like 2 times with an uppercut in the fight, right? The computer registers that and says on the 3rd hit, you'll actually knock him off the bridge. So in your brain, as the opponent, you're like, shit, I've been hit twice. I better be careful. I better not, I've got to try and avoid being hit by that uppercut, right? That creates anxiety. It creates tension. And it makes it feel deadly. That's the sort of cool shit I do. Now, listen, in like actual sort of like trying this stuff out in real time, it may not work. And then you do modifications to that sort of thing in real time to see, a happy medium. I wouldn't bring back weapons either, by the way. At least not in a main game mode, right? I would have a weapon combat mode where you could actually choose a weapon. That weapon replaces all of your unarmed attacks with weapon attacks, right? You can't swap. You can't choose one of the, like, you can't go, oh, well, this is, you can only fight with weapons in this mode, like in this game. No, it's a specific mode, just like how tag combat was a specific mode, right? That's what I do, right? And that'd be great. So then that way, you could choose from a whole variety of weapons to fight against your opponent with, and I go one step further. So there's an old game called Bloodstorm, and I think Time Killers did it as well, where you could actively cut off limbs within the fight, or cut them in half, shit like that. That's what I do, right? So if you're going to use weapons, right, then that particular mode makes it so that if you, like, depending on the attack that you do and timed, you can actually cut their arm off, right? Or cut them in half and they're just sitting there like a stump doing this. Or instantly cut their head off. Now, for anyone in the chat that's old enough that remembers, there's a game called Bushido Blade. And Bushido Blade 2 that came out under the Squaresoft name back on the PlayStation 1. Right? And these games, there was no health bar. Instant death. Right? And I would even go so far as you could throw your weapon as well. Right? You could throw your weapon, and it's a universal throw for everyone. Again, simplify it. Make it so that you don't have to learn a whole new slew of shit every character. Make some of this stuff basic. So that way, it's, everyone knows, oh, okay, that's how I throw my weapon. Forward, run could be the button to throw your weapon, right? And you might instant kill them straight through the chest, straight through the head. Stuff like that. That would be incredible. Absolutely incredible. And it's not a main game mode. but it would be so much fun. You have that. You have Creator Fighter with Creator Fight. You then have Tag Combat. And then you bring back the true random combat from MK9. I didn't really care for what they did in MK10 with it. You bring the MK9's random combat back, along with all the other mini games like Test Your Might, Test Your Sight, Test Your Luck, Test Your Strike, Test Your Balance, I suppose. As well as all mini games. I would try and do mini games till I was blue in the face. How? Easy. They already made the little tiny versions of those characters for the King of the Hill in MK9. You take those, and they become your staple for the mini games. In Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising again, they have a game mode called Grand Brews, where you run around in both the lobby and the game as like miniature versions of your character. You can wield weapons, you can cast spells. It's awesome. It's so good. So you take that and you apply it just like they did with Motor Combat, with the King of the Hill characters when you're watching a match. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Right? This is what is so incredibly frustrating about modern Mortal Kombat, is that they've already done this shit before. They've actually laid the foundation for all of this cool shit before. Right? That's what's awesome about it. Like, how could you not look at your legacy and go, man, people keep talking about this stuff. Nobody gives a fuck about plus or minus frames on block. Unless, like, you're the tiny sliver of people that are competing. Right? This is supposed to be... Listen, man. This is supposed to be an entertainment product. What's a video game designed for? Right? Like, it's supposed to be entertaining. Okay? That's it. It's supposed to be entertaining. I just want my shit entertaining. I just want my shit entertaining, bro. Right? Martin says, have you seen the ex-NRS dev liking the comments where people calling out the liars of Ed Boon? Really? It's not that fucking dude that was on that pubic balding wigs fucking podcast, was it? Can you send me a link to it, dude? I'll post it up in stream. If you wouldn't mind. Just if you wouldn't mind, brother, just send it on Discord. I'll have a looky. Unless you already have. Let's have a look. Check out MK Fan. That's all just want to do it. Wow. Oh, okay. So it's just a picture. I'll load the picture up in chat. I'll load the picture up in chat. Here we go. So, shout out to Martin for sending this. Thanks, brother. This is the image. Danny says, even an ex-dev at NRS is liking tweets, calling them out. They're so cooked, never beaten the allegations. Toby says he's plus 69 on block. Oh, I got something for you.
There's my girl. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yes, I am.
Shout out to Toby in the chat. You can't hide now. That's Toby's voice. Right? He's on the soundboard. So, you know. Oh, you sent a link also? Okay, cool. Thanks, bro. Oh, where'd you send it? Shit. Did you send it on Discord? I'll see if I can, hang on, I'll see if I can make that big. There we go. Alright, let's see if I can find this person. Hang on. Is this the guy? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, I think I got okay. I think I got a banger here. All right, here we go. All right, so this is the guy that Martin just sent a picture of, right? And it says here, I tried my best to defend this game. This company is a joke. That's all I'm going to say. Right. This is on March 2025, I'm assuming. It's March 25th, 2025. Yep. Oh, sorry, May 15th. Sorry, my bad. Although, no, sorry, no. This was reposted from March. It says, if we don't get a Combat Pack 3, MK1 will end up with even less original DLC characters than MK11. And he says here, see, Ed Boon's lies and false promises are justifiable because he doesn't have the final word. So don't make them in the first place if it's not up to you to guarantee anything. You lose credibility. Years of support not reaching to, once again, is vile. So... I don't think... Listen, like, from what I've been told by people that have met Ed Boon and talked to him, like, he's a nice guy, right? So when I'm shitting on the guy, I come from a perspective of just a customer. I don't care how nice somebody is. I care about whether or not I'm being lied to. That's the only thing that should matter for any fucking person out there. Right? You can have the nicest people in the world. But if they're lying to you, that's a problem. Right? They got your money. These people get paid on the daily. These people aren't poor devs. They're not out of work devs. They're still employed. They're still getting fucking paid every day. Right? And he says here, even an ex-dev at NRS is liking tweets calling them out now. So is that this guy's name? Is that his name? Jonathan? Is that him? Is that his name? Jonathan Anderson, is that the dude? See if I can... it could be him. Let me see if it is. Is this him? That's him? Okay. So this is the guy, in Chicago. Adds up. Followed by a bunch of people. Okay, cool. Right. Yeah, that's the other news today. HBO, like, rebranding. They have no fucking idea what they're doing, man. Every day ending and why they wake up and do something different. Right? It's just ridiculous at this fucking point. Listen, I tell you what, sell me Mortal Kombat, I'll fix it. Right? I'll buy it for 20 bucks. Right? Because that's what it's worth right now. So... He reposts this as a reminder that executives are not smarter than you and often have no idea what the fuck they're doing. True. Right. Just seeing if he's saying anything else about MK. Blah, blah, blah. Chicago boat. No. $25 max, yeah. $5 for inflation. How about that? All right. Is it so? This dude's a Brazilian fella. Yeah, they don't fuck around. Like I don't understand. Like I don't understand how stupid people like. This is what happens when they follow the woke train, right? They wokeified shit and you know, wanted to preach to us about how horrible people we are, blah blah blah, you know, and basically change the landscape of how MK looked and played. And they wonder why it all went to hell. Gee, I don't know. J64 says not even getting a physical copy of the Definitive Edition. Of course not. Of course it's not. Why would it? Why would it? So going back to like so how you fix Mortal Kombat is this. You fix Mortal Kombat by selling you basically sell the legacy. Right? You've got to get back in the good graces. You're not going to get back in the good graces with a brand new game. Right? It's not going to happen. You need to fucking reflect. You need to reflect. It's the only way you'll save it. Okay? Don't fucking hire people from the pro scene. They don't know shit about like fighting game mechanics. Right? Like in terms of like what's fun. Okay? Because otherwise, like, Fightcade wouldn't be filled every day with people playing old-ass games. If they were so shit. Right? But you can sell a legacy. You can make collections like I stated. And sell that to people. Right? Take a break from making the slop. And give us the true legacy of MK, whether you're 2D era, 3D era. So that's what I would do if I was in that position. So now, to make things a little bit more exciting, right? Is anyone interested, if you want to, in jumping into chat and having a talk, sharing your opinion vocally to the audience if you want? You can do that. I'll come back to... Yeah, we'll go over here. Right. So, if you actually want to jump into chat, you can join the Discord, right? And, oh, hang on. Move that over there. You can join the Discord. And you can either, like, just let me know in the Fate to Chat section or in the, or jump into the backstage part. And then I can drag you in and you can have a chat about MK stuff if that's what you would like to do. So, just go let me know. I want to know what the more is. I want to know what the more is with this. Can somebody tell me what the more is, please? That's what I'd like to know. Get rid of that. There we go. Just extra costumes, yeah. Like I said, listen, if they add a single piece of anything to this game, they can argue They can argue that it's content. Right? They can argue that it's content. Okay? Which is extraordinarily disingenuous, but, you know, it is what it is, right? So, I'm just going to mute myself over there. So, if anyone wants in, just let me know. Just gonna... what am I doing? It should have included the recent MK Live movie as a code even. Yeah, I mean, you know, they could have greased the wheels a little bit, I suppose, with that kind of thing. For sure. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Yeah. So, but they won't. Oh man, they're not going to do that. Right? So, I'm gonna... Alright, what can I do? So I'm just gonna set this up. Who wants to hear music? Who wants to hear music? Does anyone want to hear some music? No brand synergy. True. 100%. Yeah, that's a joke. Alright. So we're going to transition over to... where is it? Oh, no. Not that one. There we go. We're going to jump over to essentially like the podcast side of things. Right. So if anyone wants in, that's fine. We're still going to have stuff being played on screen or whatever. And it might even load up Grand Blue in the interim. But otherwise, we're going to play a song to get everyone really excited, and then we'll come back and we will continue these discussions.
Yeah. The sticks are lit, the squad's in tight. We don't play for fun, we play to fight. Grab your mains, lock it in, no delay. Welcome to Fight Night, press start, let's slay! Yeah. Thumbs locked, screen glows, it's time to go. Frame perfect combos, I run the show. Parry that jab, then punish the slide. Ultra instinct, can't touch this vibe. Arcade roots with that digital flame. From the dojo to the lab, I'm running the game. No RNG, just muscle and grind. I break blocks and I shatter your mind. No pause, no fear in my veins. I see pixels, but I'm feeling the pain. Every clash, every match, it's a war. Till that KO scream shakes the floor. It's fight night, lights down, game face tight. We throw hands, no cap, just might. Stick clicking, crowd jumping, fire in sight. Let the combos fly, it's a flawless night. Fight night, we don't quit, we go all in. Stocks on the line and I play to win. Charge that meter, break that guard. Fight night's here, going way too hard. Down tilt, mix up, teleport reads. Crushing your soul with my broken speed. Match point pressure, crowd goes wild. I land that finisher, savage style. No Johns, no salt, no rage quits here. Only legends step in with no fear. IRL or online, same code of war. Respect the hands or hit the floor. ready, gloves off now. It's a battlefield, not a game somehow. Win or learn, I take the fight till that final frame hits the light. It's fight night, lights down, game face tight. We throw hands, no cap, just might. Stick clicking, crowd jumping, fire in sight. Let the combos fly, it's a flawless night. Fight night, we don't quit, we go all in. Stocks on the line and I play to win. Charge that meter, break that guard. Fight night's here, going way too hard. Hey, I trained in the lab, I lived on the grind. I see your inputs before you can find your next move, read like a book. You blink once and your stop just shook. Fight night, no fear, just flame. We rep the mains and we break the name. Stick to the code, fight for the crown. No mercy, no ties, just throw down. Fight night, lies up, never back out. This is the way real fighters shout. Lock in, hands warm, crowds tight. Ready, go, welcome to the fight night. Fight night, no fear, just flame. We rep the mains and we break the name. Stick to the code, fight for the crown. No mercy, no ties, just throw down. Fight night, lies up, never back out. This is the way real fighters shout. Lock in, hands warm, crowds tight. Ready, go, welcome to the fight night.
All right, we're back. So, so yeah, if anyone wants in, let me know, and we'll see what we'll see. So, to see if see if I can drag somebody in here. All right, now. Where is mine? Oh, there we go. There we go. So we get to experience the trailer still with the definitive edition. Yay! But yeah, we next game, but not called. Yeah, that's the Dragoon. Hey, Gummy. Yeah, that's the other thing. I've seen people go, I wonder what they'll do for MK2. When I hear that, I just want to commit a war crime. You know what I'm saying? That's unacceptable. You can't be saying shit like that around me. We have an MK1, we have an MK2. They never should have called it that. They should have called it New Era, right? Hell, even calling it the Definitive New Era would have sounded a hell of a lot better than the pus shit biscuit that they've got right now. It's terrible. Absolutely woeful shit, man. Never should have been a thing. Right? And I know popular, like MK is still popular to this day, right? Is because, actually, did it say that the skins are available now in the store? Let's have a look. Let's have a look-see, shall we? Because they reckon the movie skins are available in the store, so let's have a squiz. Where's this fucking shithole? Chibi Baraka. They want 500 Donkey Kongs for it, do they? Okay. 2,500. Fuck me. Yeah, the IP itself, like the MK IP itself, is great, right? So you know, like that's the thing. It's a great IP, right? Camera setting in low frame rate. Really? Why is my camera setting in low frame rate? That's fine. Whatever. Okay. Oh, hang on. What did I do that? There we go. Stop. I don't want a fucking error. I don't give me the error. Errors are stupid. Go away. No, okay. Whatever. So we're just loading up. As per usual, it has to do all the fucking shader cache horse piss. So I'm gonna just check my. Okay. Okay. Whatever. One sec, weird. Now, I know some people in the pro scene are happy with the state of the game. Like, they're happy gameplay-wise where it is. But unfortunately, though, like, it's not enough. It's never been enough. Right? It will never be enough. Capcom versus SNK pack out fake. Huh? No, the game doesn't come out till tomorrow, man. Are you talking about Capcom Capcom Fighting Collection 2? Is that what you're talking about? I'm gonna get rid of that. There we go. Is that the one you're talking about, man? Oh, make that big screen. There we go. Are you sure? Because when I checked Steam, right, when I checked Steam, it said that it wasn't due till tomorrow. Unless they, what, they... No, I reckon it's only available in 16 hours, bro. Yeah. Sorry, man. Instant Messenger Summer with the 10 euro. Thank you so much, man. That's so kind of you, brother. He says, assuming the IP would get sold, Sony would be next in line, and I'm not sure if that would be better alternative for MK. We can only hope and vote silently with our wallets. Yeah, Sony is not the Sony of old. Right? When I was doing the console war stuff back in the day, when Sony headquarters was in Japan, it was a different beast. So much better. You know, they would take creative like chances on different IPs and stuff like that. You know, we got a better wealth of games. And then as soon as they moved to California, they just kind of this, right, just became woke. Right? Absolutely became woke. I'd prefer a Japanese developer pick it up, to be honest. Or Korean or Chinese. Anyone but a Western developer for Mortal Kombat. Right? Because I think Marvel Rivals proves that when you let the IP get designed... Oh, sorry, the IP, you know, to a developer that respects and loves the lore of what they're developing for, it proves that it can absolutely be done. So... Warner Brothers confirmed no game releases this year. Yeah, they're gonna pimp this shit out till the cows come home, right? You know that, right? I'm just wait. My game. This game is on a fucking SSD, and it's still preparing the shaders. So, Toby, did you want to come on live and tell everyone they're a good girl? Do you want to come and do that, bro? Do you want to do that? J64 says that down is so much revenue, it would be so easy to get a good porting studio to make a collection. Absolute morons. Oh yeah, 100%. They could literally like they got so much money, they could just just offset all of this stuff. You know, let someone else do it for God's sakes. Oh, Interloco. Oh, shit. Interloco joined. Thank you so much, man. So, yeah, if anyone wants on. Right. Why not do an MK vs DC2? I don't think there's a market for it. I don't think there's a market for it at all. Did you guys see the new Did you guys see the new Superman trailer? Soy Man? No, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much, man. And I also, oh yeah, shit, hang on. So, okay, can I? No, hop on now, boy. I don't pay you to be late. So Interloco, thank you so much for the game, brother. Thank you so much for the game. I will add that now. And I will check it out later. That is fantastic. Thank you so much, man. That's so kind of you, bro. Thank you, dude. Actually, I won't install it yet because otherwise it might mess with my MK1 updating. So where's Tobes? Oh, I know what Tobes. I know what Tobes. I know why Tobes isn't coming on yet because he's busy. I'm gonna give him access anyway. There he is. Yeah, I gotta unmute myself. There we go. Yo,
Yo.
there's a good girl. Come on, say it.
Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Yes, I am. Who's your daddy?
Oh man. Are you happy that Mortal Kombat 1 is finally over?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey. Go on, man.
Yeah, but,
Get it off your system. What game are you playing? Is that a waifu gacha game you're playing?
Is there a waifu gacha game? Oh, you mean Girls Frontline 2?
Is that what it's called? Hang on.
Oh, you mean Nikkei?
Yeah, Nikkei. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nikkei. Yeah. It's a gacha game. But yeah. I pretty much saw it from the start. Honestly, before the game even came out. You know, especially during the beta, when people had access to the beta, and then I watched the gameplay. Like I could pretty much see that, yeah, this is not the direction I wanted this game to go, and I was like, yeah, I'll just hold off and see the reviews and what people think about the game when it comes out. And I wasn't really too impressed, you know. So
did you get access to the beta, or was that only specific people?
Oh no, just the beta in general. Like when I got to watch it on YouTube, you know, I got to watch like streamers like play the game, and I wasn't really all that impressed.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, this is not it. Like this is not the direction I wanted the game to go in. I wasn't a big fan of the cameo to start with. The idea of locking certain characters like in a box, you know, like characters like Serena, Jax, Sonya, like they were not playable, but you relegated them to like, you know, the bitch bench. You know, you can't play those characters, and that was a huge turn off. It was just a huge fucking turn off for me. But yeah,
that was bad.
Yeah, the game wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't it, man. It just wasn't it. Like I'm glad that I held off. It was pretty much set in stone that the game was not really. They almost got me though. They almost got me with the marketing. Like the marketing was pretty good. Like I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like gameplay wise, yeah, like it just wasn't it, man. It just wasn't it. So yeah.
Shout out to Inner Loco. Thanks again for the game, bro, and thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out after the stream because it looks dope, yo. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? Right. Can I say dope? Can I say dope, Toby, or not? Is that a word I can say? Is that,
hell yeah.
I can say it.
Oh,
Do I get the pass, the dope pass? So.
The hell?
All right. So hang on. So now we're gonna load up the greatest fighting game of all time, Mortal Kombat 1. Oh no, it just crashed. Did it just crash? Yeah, it did crash. Yeah. Right, hang on. So I'll have to relaunch it. Never mind. All right. We'll get back to that in a moment. Fucking piece of shit. Honest. Like, just the absolute worst piece of software. Although I think Doom: The Dark Ages was getting pretty close. So that was pretty bad. So by the way, I am still going to be doing my Doom: The Dark Ages stream. It'll probably be fixed now because there'll probably be a patch for it to fix all the problems. So, you know, early access almost feels like beta testing. So Toby.
Yep.
How does it feel to be the second best Tekken player in this chat?
Really? Who's the first though?
Oh,
That's what I want to know.
moi. Moi is first.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you really want to go again, huh?
Huh?
Like you want to go again?
Yeah.
First to 10?
Yeah. What's this? Hang on. Where is it? Hang on. Where is it?
You want to first to 5 block, huh? You want to first to 5, huh?
All right, here we go. So on screen we have the in-game shop now available now. Right, so we're gonna have a look at these skins actually, like properly. I didn't realize they'd be available now, but yeah, they are. So, this is and Season of the Huntress is here, yay! And of course they reset your coins. Like, imagine, like, doing that. Fucking dog shit company. So,
That's crazy. Just right off the bats, like I think the best looking one I think would probably be Sub-Zero. Like that's just my personal opinion, but like I think Sub-Zero skin looks pretty cool.
yeah.
Like if I'm being honest.
Well, look at this. Look at this fucking. Look at his. Why is he smiling? Like, Liu Kang, can you see his face? Like the avatar?
He's got that smirk on his face.
He's got that
Like that's
who's a good girl face.
who's a good girl.
Alright, so we got the Scorpions one. Right. That's probably the best out of my favorite, I think. I don't know.
Really?
What, yeah.
Like the scorpion skin?
Yeah, because the subby one, the reason why the subby one bugs me is because of those fucking shoulder pads. Like I don't even know. You probably don't even need those shoulder pads on. If you took the shoulder pads off, it'd probably look a lot better. But for some reason, it looks weird.
Even Scorpion has a shoulder pad. Like not as like big as Sub-Zero's, but like Scorpion has like a he's rocking like a little one over there as well.
Yeah. Like the mask is fine, like the rest of the outfit's fine, but for some reason, like the shoulder pads just kind of throw it off. I don't know why. It just throws it off. That's why I like this one with Scorpion, right? Like the shoulder pads are like really small. You know, it's a lot more.
Yeah, it's a lot smaller.
I don't know. It kind of looks like it kind of looks like a like cosplay though. That's the downside. Like this stuff kind of looks a little cosplay. Just a little bit. I don't know. It's just I don't know, man. It's not
But the one
vibing.
thing that bugs me with the Scorpion skin is like the long sleeves. Like it's a little bit baggy. Like I don't know if it's just
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true, actually. Yeah, because it kind of just stops. Like it doesn't sort of like tuck into like the gauntlets at all. It just kind of stops. You know, it just hangs there
Yeah,
for air conditioning. Apparently, flaming strike is resisting coming in here. I think he should absolutely come in.
oh hell yeah.
You get your ass in here, boy. Right. So and the Liu Kang one, like it's just fucking just a. Hang on, actually, I want to check the shoes for a sec. Hang on.
Like I really want to know what Flaming Strike thinks about the skin, since he's the Liu Kang fanboy, you know?
Yeah, here he is. He's in here now. Good boy.
Oh hell.
You got stage fright?
Yeah, I'm not really
Always.
sure.
Oh, there we go. Can you
Yeah,
see
there
can
he
you
is.
see your boys? Look at your boy's ass. Look at him. There he is on screen. Is that your favorite Liu Kang?
Do you know what they call Liu Kang in that skin? I compared him to two characters. One 6-year-old Jackie Chan, and then to the Teletubbies, the yellow one with a yellow shirt on. The only thing he's missing is a fucking television and stomach.
Maybe somebody could mod it. Maybe somebody could mod the Teletubby outfit on him.
So I take that as you not liking the skin then.
I don't know, like it's so simple, but it kind of looks slick in a way. But at the same time, I don't. The haircut is weird, man. The haircut, I don't know what it is.
Mm.
He looks like one of those predators waiting for a child outside the school gate. Like I don't know what it is, but
Hey yo.
Ah! Oh shit! All right, hang on. Where's Christian? Hang on. Where is he? Neo, there you go. I'll give you access, man. So yeah, if anyone wants in, you just got to jump into the backstage area or go into the chat to fate section. There you go, man. So yeah, Christian, you got access. So you should be able to just jump straight in. So what you're saying is Liu Kang's a PDF file.
well, it seems that way from the way he's smiling on there. Well, what will you think? Like,
Yeah, that is creepy. Maybe he's waiting. Maybe it's not the new era. He's waiting for the new school.
Let us say him being the poster child, he's the guy that has been touched the least during the entire lifespan of the game. He has never been mentioned almost in any patch notes. He never received either a buff or a debuff. He's never
Right.
gotten any love when it comes to costumes. And this is actually very first time he gets like a premium costume. It's always Johnny Cage, Kitana, Melina, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, always the same ones that that receive everything. Sub-Zero.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey man, how you going, bro?
So, like,
Eating some egg. Oh,
I think the worst thing that can happen to a character in Mortal Kombat is being a god, because Raiden was dog shit and MK11 barely received anything.
why did they make
look-
this, man? What the fuck did they make this Definitive Edition? Just for money? The fuck?
Or
Like, if you think about it, Liu Kang is the most shit on character ever. He's a god, he has no one that he can relate to, he never get to ban Kitana, and the other timeline Kitana gets murdered, or he gets murdered by Raiden. He always ends up in a shitty way.
yeah.
Yeah, he gets fucked in MK4. That storyline gets fucked up in MK4. If you really watch it. Funny.
Oh yeah, MK4 storyline, or like how he ended up in
And not to
MK9.
mention, when you
Oh.
look at the Johnny Cage movie, when you look at the like the cartoon version of Johnny Cage movie, Liu Kang's parents could have been saved by Raiden, but Raiden let his parents die, and he's like basically Batman now, but being trained as a monk.
Look at this. Look at this fucking Johnny Cage skin. It looks stupid.
That's what's his name? Yatta.
Oh, the movie skin. It's
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
supposed to be called Urban. His haircut, I don't know. He kind of looks like Miley Cyrus back during her cycle days.
I'm just
with
waiting
her
to get
haircut.
banned again from these actors because they're telling me this shit.
All right, see you later, Dragoon.
But,
Thanks
like-
for stopping by, brother.
Don't you agree with me that he looks like Miley Cyrus with like the wrecking ball video with like the short hair?
Shao Kahn looks like dog shit. I hate that mask.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. We're gonna get to it. This katana one is fucking strange.
Uh,
Oh, hang on. Sorry, my bad. Oh, there we go. Like it's. She got cake. No, sort of.
waste. I don't like the waste.
Yeah.
Because
So this is the same thing they did with the Sub-Zero one, right? Where they have these extra flaps for no reason. They've got this extra shit on her hips, like here, right, on both sides. Like it's like what you don't. Why have you got that there? You don't need it there. And then that stupid.
The thing is,
It's just crap.
I like the upper torso part. I like the upper torso part, but like the pants don't match the upper outfit. That's my opinion.
like the pants. Yeah, it's fucking weak. Like that shit
The,
is weak.
like the color difference, I don't know. There's like something wrong with it. I don't know. It's like it's suffering from a disease, but like the disease is unknown what it is. Well, we all know what it is. It's just called bad development. But you know,
and I don't know what the footwear is supposed to be like.
Mm. Yeah, that's fucking strange. Hang on.
I don't know, man.
Hang on. We'll get to the Shao Kahn in a sec. Yeah. Yeah, they look like. They almost look like sort of like gothy combat boots. Maybe I don't know.
I think they like tried to go like an Egyptian route with her, like the neck piece that she has. Like
Yeah. But you look at it, right? You can see. You can even see here, right? So if we zoom in, hang on. Where's the fucking zoom in button? Oh, hang on. Ooh, nice ass. Right. So if we move around. Where's I fucking rotate there? There we go. Right. See the chest piece where like it goes to a point, right? If she bends forward, that's gonna scrape against her sternum. No, I know it's a fantasy game and all that sort of shit, right? But like they did this because they think they're clever and they're covering up for the modern audience. By the way, let's check on the elbows. Fuck.
those look like toothpicks.
Look at it. It looks like look at the elbow like shit. Look at that. It looks like a ball sack. Right?
Bro, what?
I remember a certain someone's sister got on a video complaining about my opinion on fictional elbow skin. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like a ball sack. So,
But Does the person in question look like the guy with long hair, like a depressed pirate?
Oh boy.
Never mind. Let's go on.
Fucking,
Let's move on.
fucking nearly spat my coke out, man. Anyway, so now we got the Shao Kahn skin. Fucking hell. Right. Now, why is his face flat? Like, look at this. It's like the front of his mask is just flat. Isn't it supposed to be a little bit more
Okay,
prominent? I don't know.
I know what happened. I know what happened. So they ran out of like models, right? So
Yeah.
they're like, "Hey, Stephanie Brownback, we need you backstage. Can you go in front of the camera real quick, sideways? You know, we need like some measurements. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just pull your skirt down a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, fine. Now go be a good girl and go back to your office desk. Okay, bye."
Damn.
Oh my lord. The fuck?
So, anyway, I don't know. It just looks like fucking cosplay shit. Like, but his old masks, like you'd see the mouth, but you wouldn't. Like, they've got holes where his cheeks are. Are we gonna see blush? Like, is this the purpose? Is he gonna wear makeup and we'll see blush through the holes? I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't
Like,
look.
all they
It
had
doesn't
to
look
do
threatening.
was-
It doesn't look threatening. It looks like
Yeah.
It looks like a fucking hobo Viking, right? Like,
He looks like with the red eyes, like the Terminator, but with like a samurai helmet on. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Honestly, he just looks like like a generic NPC.
I do like the what's called annihilation skin and annihilation mask
Like,
from the movie.
can you show the back of Shao Kahn and look at his legs?
Yeah, the legs. Like, I don't know what they were
It,
going
it looks
for.
like Roblox. It looks like
Like,
Roblox.
look at
It's
that.
like,
Like,
what
what
the
the fuck
fuck?
is that?
just yeah. Well, yeah, your stream is delayed.
Wait, is it legs or is that fucking problem with the model of the character?
it's such a weird boot. Like, it looks kind of weird.
It just looks,
Like-
yeah, like
like, can you face his back completely towards us? Like, look at his legs. It's like Roblox. I don't know what it is, but it looks like.
it looks blocky.
face
I
is
guess,
not-
yeah, like it has like this
Basically.
box shape.
Like, do you remember those old like 95 Power Rangers figurines where you can barely bend the legs? I kind
Yeah,
of get
yeah.
that vibe. Like you want to play with the toy, but the legs cannot bend. Like,
It's just weird. I don't know. It's
Yeah, it's fucking. That is shitty design. And this is supposed to what they look like in the movie, right? So he's
the
gonna
movie,
be
yeah.
brown. I'm assuming, right?
brown backs. Yeah.
Hang on. Let's say, because we got different colors in here, right? So we got the red, we got the blue.
Yeah, the only thing that changes is like the banner on his torso.
That's
I
probably-
don't know what it's
Yeah.
called.
So the mask.
and the color of it. Yeah.
So that's probably one of the better of the colors. That one there. Hang on, sorry, that one. Sorry,
Which
my
one?
bad.
The brown one? You mean
No,
the brown?
the ruthless combatant one. This one here. That's
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that's probably the best one
It looks
because
like a movie.
it darkens the mask.
Yeah, it's
so-
very like a movie. Same like a movie.
But why don't they just give him the old-fashioned skull mask that he always had? Like, why?
Yeah, like
What is
the
that?
one without the
What is that thing on his
without the
chest?
jawline.
What's that thing on his chest?
Oh, you mean the round thingy, like the
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a scar or
Really?
something. Was
No,
that-
that's a
Yeah.
symbol.
Maybe it's the imprint of a chastity belt. I don't know.
yeah.
Was that always there before? Like I never saw that though.
I don't remember
That's
seeing it
weird.
either. Fucking game, I tell you what. Like,
Isn't he supposed to be like a dragon humanoid creature?
yeah, well, I
Well,
always saw
yeah,
it like he
like
was
the-
like dragon, sort of like, you know.
But if you look at the MK9 skin, right? Like they somehow managed to like zoom in with the camera completely, and you could like see his true face, like being like dragonoid.
Yeah.
He's like basically like in a transition phase to Tarkatan. Like with like all
Like-
the
like-
all the
like, look
bubbles,
at-
all
look
the
at-
bubbles on his arms.
Look at this fucking like. All right, so hang on. So that's the deception skin. I think I've
Yeah, I like
set
the
to that one,
Deception one.
right? That is infinitely better than that pus from the
Yeah.
movie skin. Like 100% better.
Oh, this looks so much better. Like yeah,
The
this
most
is-
the most funny skin that he has is the one with the mantle on. Like if you go back
Mm.
to the menu and you go like to the third one,
What, that one?
yeah, like it's like he came home from a Halloween party. Like I don't know what it is. It's like meh meh, like you know, like, what the fuck is it?
it just doesn't look like Shao Kahn. It's just yeah, man. Like I don't know. Like the design is just weak.
This one,
Like,
yeah, I don't know. Is he going to like a festival or something? Like a ball? I don't know. That looks weird.
He looks like a Dinian. He looks like a Dinian right there.
I think he's younger. He's younger. Bit younger.
But then
Yeah.
again, he was designed by quote unquote Liu Kang to be Sindel's puppet, right? Like
Lacking,
their
yeah.
henchman.
Right. Wait, this is like the deception skin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, which looks great. Like they, it's pretty good. Actually,
Is
hang
it
on, wait a sec.
called
Hang on, let me check something because
Deception though?
no other. Yeah, so
Oh,
no
it
other
is
skin.
called Deception.
So no other skin has that mark on his chest. So why has he got a fucking imprint, like on his stomach, in the store one?
Or maybe because of the armor that he has been wearing all the time, and now he's
Ah.
removing it. It's like it's like a girl, right? Like if, for example, if a girl takes off, her bikini, you see the imprint of the bikini, right? So
So
maybe it's because he gets rid of the armor after all the time that there's like a huge imprint in his chest because of the pressure of the armor. That's my guess.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is Scorpion playing for Australia in the cricket? Why the fuck is he wearing green and gold?
Oh, that's so bad.
I think
That
he
is
I
so-
think he looks more Irish because he's like green and orange, and it's like the Irish flag.
We need Ringy in here to confirm or deny. Um,
But I
right.
don't. To me, a ninja needs to look like a ninja. Here, he kind of looks like a cross between a samurai and a ninja. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
that's why the
like the
movie
armor.
skins are so. That's why the movie skins are so good. It's like they're slick. There's not much to them. No extra weapons to them. It's built that way they can move swiftly without all the weight on, with all the extra clothing.
Right.
And this I've never liked the movie skin. That movie skin I've never liked.
well, for Subby or
Yeah,
yeah,
I've never liked the Sub-Zero skin. I never did.
yeah. It's just I don't know those shoulder pads. I don't think he needed them.
It looks like he wears armor, but he's a ninja. So a ninja
Yeah.
doesn't really need armor. He needs like cloth armor.
Yeah.
He needs like
Yeah.
it's
Same
like
with,
a ninja. It's
Scorpion.
like a ninja wearing knight armor. Like what does a ninja do in a knight armor? Like he's trained to be agile, but the armor prevents him from being agile. So what's the point?
Somebody at fucking NetherRealm has like eyesight issues. I'm sorry, they just do. Like no sane like how the fuck do like you look at like shit like this and go, oh yeah, I'd wear that. Yeah, that looks great. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't look great. You look gay.
It's just weird. Yeah.
That's probably the best
And-
one because
and
it's all dark. Like the whole thing's dark, right?
In my honest opinion, I think this is like a last-ditch effort just to grab some extra money and call it a day, and then work
Yeah.
on a next project.
This
I
edition is
think.
just to make some money. So there's no second storyline like the on this
Well,
version.
you
of the
remember
game.
all the promises that he made during that like Spanish interview, whatever that he had going on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Been
that
for
isn't
years.
happening. That is no longer happening.
They're working on this game for years. Fuck off.
Yeah, yeah. They
Hang
were
on, wait,
working,
whoa, hang on. Listen, no, we got it all wrong, fellas. Right? It's dog years. Right? So 1 year is 7 dog years. That must be the only explanation here. Right? It has to be. Maybe they're all dogs. I mean, Stephanie Brownback looks like a fucking dog, but whatever.
Like, I just feel so disgusted that everything is behind a paywall. Like in MK11, if you didn't want to grind for it, you could buy with real money, but you can still unlock it
Yeah.
like in the crypt, and you can reset the crypt so all the chests or all the loot boxes quote unquote were closed
become
again,
more
so you can
greedy.
reopen.
They became more greedy.
And we got
Well, it's Warner Brothers, and I mean I think it's a Warner Brothers thing because
and we finally,
Right.
like, finally they put like fucking, you know, like Huntress actual themed Melina skins in the game. So instead of that piss shit that they brought in, you know, they said, oh, this is the Huntress stuff, and it was all like Havoc themed, right? They've actually, at least for this season, they've actually got like Melina themed like skins in here. Although they still got this.
Oh, now you switched it back.
Like they were trying to tell us this was the Melina like season,
Fuck is that skin? I hate that skin.
right? And it's like, come on, man, that's fucking Havoc. Like this is Melina.
Yeah.
That's a Melina themed skin. Like they're fucking like they absolute clowns. Like the thing was
Like-
just stupid.
Like the fact they actually think that people would actually fall for that is actually mind blowing.
Hmm.
Like that was actually fucking crazy.
Where's my boy?
It's
What,
like-
what does he get? Oh,
Purple
okay.
shit.
Yeah, all right.
Reiko always had like the most lackluster skins. There's no much different to whatever he's wearing. It's just
Isn't he a jobber? Isn't Rico like a jobber?
Fucking Jola.
He's a
Can you, like,
jobber.
can you have like a look at Liu Kang? I'm kind of
I like
curious.
T1000. See whatever about the DLCs. I had fun with T1000.
That's not
It's just-
bad. That's not bad.
It's still the same thing that you can unlock for free, just a different color palette. It's
Yeah.
like you can
Yeah.
unlock this in the Mesa, and you can like get a blue one or a red one or a white one, whatever. This is just a recolor with purple tints to it, and maybe like a golden
Oh, yeah.
armor plate instead of.
I did like the purple Cyrax, like the cameo.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Purple Cyrax.
Not a big fan of this,
Like, he
this
looks-
Scorpion one. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't
He
know
looks
why.
like Shredder. He looks like wannabe Shredder.
Yeah.
It's more like Injustice. Looks sort of very Injustice-y.
I mean, this game is
Yeah.
really injustice. Like the clash that you have, the slow motion when you knock someone out, then you have the sidekicks. You know, it was like someone deciphered the code and it was called sidekick or something. The cameo system. So,
Right.
you know, you're not gonna use the term sidekick in the Mortal Kombat genre, right? It's more like a superhero because Batman has a sidekick, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Some of these characters don't have a Melina one. Maybe they're unlocked in Invasions. Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe they've. Because
Bro,
some of
what
these.
is this Shao Kahn skin? Like, what the hell is this skin, dude?
Oh, the Outworld Pestilence one. Like the.
So it's the same. It's the same one that we've seen before, just a different color. It's just
Yeah.
it's just a recolor. That's all it
It's
is.
just shaders. Yeah. Yep. Just
They're like,
shaders.
oh, what is Melina? Oh, she's purple/pink. Okay, let's add that color to every set arm that we already have designed. Finished next season.
Fucking yeah, Rain. So a couple of these character skins must be unlocked in Invasions because they're not showing up. Like there's. Yeah, they're definitely like missing some. So they must be.
Oh yeah,
must
one
be in
question.
Invasions.
Besides from Deadly Alliance, from what I can remember, is this the only game in which we don't have stage fatalities?
I think so. I think it is actually.
Like every single Mortal Kombat game that I've played, maybe I'm wrong about Deadly Alliance, but from what I can remember, you didn't have stage fatalities in Deadly Alliance either. In this one, you don't either.
No, you don't have in Deadly Alliance. No, there are no stage fatalities.
I still want my 80 euros back in 2004 for purchasing the game.
Damn, bro, that's rough. 80 euros.
That's rough, bro.
Well, you seen
Yeah,
the price tag when I took a picture of it.
Oh yeah, like I saw the like the picture that you took back then. Like that shit is
Yeah,
wild,
Back
bro.
in
bought this
2003,
game.
ladies and gentlemen. Back in
Refunded it.
2003.
Ordered it again on sale. weird because some
I mean,
characters are like,
the fact that they're releasing a definitive version, just wait 1 or 2 more months during the Steam summer sale, and this game, like the complete bundle, will probably go for like 30 or 40 max.
Even at that price, I'm still not gonna buy it. Like, I'm not gonna.
without the second storyline, about the second DLC storyline, I think. Like,
Maybe the
hell
storyline
no.
we have to imagine.
yeah.
That is the storyline. We just got to imagine it. It'll be better than the shit
then you
piss that they come up with that.
Yeah,
Look at this fucking idiot.
yeah.
Look at him, fucking clown.
Like it's like he's wearing pajamas. It's not even like a training outfit or like a jumper or something. It's like he's wearing pajamas.
You know what? I'm really surprised. Right, this is the funny part. Right, he's got no front junk. Right.
Hmm.
Like,
Okay.
because technically speaking, right, if you're wearing clothes like that, like any man, you'd have some sort of front bump, right?
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, Stephanie was sitting there going, "Oh, you got to make it really pronounced. We've got to see that, we've got to see it all, right? I want to see the fucking veins in his schlong, And they're like, "No, we can't do that." Right.
Well, of
So-
course, like
so-
since
So Liu Kang, right? So world first, Liu Kang has no testicles and dick. Look, it's all gone. Look, none of it.
God damn.
Look, he's as flat as a female. Look at that. How do you
God damn, what did they do?
Well,
how do you feel,
Boy,
Flaming? This is your boy. He's been neutered.
Maybe
Well,
it's movie. Maybe it's
when
movie.
I visited the vet, I didn't have this in my imagination. So
Oh, poor Lou. Right.
the only possible excuse you can have that he's like quote unquote like an elder god or like a different deity now, that he no longer for some reason has a a schlong. So
Oh no! Oh dear Lord! What the?
So if you become a god, you lose the schlong. Look at his
yeah,
fucking.
it comes with a sacrifice.
You are right. Like looking front on at this gimp. Look at him. Like his fucking legs. They just look like Roblox boots. They look like Roblox boots.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. He just looks like one of those elites, like NPCs that you just fight.
I have this funny feeling that in the movie he's gonna move like just like a juggernaut. Like
Yeah, like a tank. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't know.
Like I can already tell what
No.
the movie is gonna be, so everyone's gonna try to kick him, but because they kick him, they like are bouncing back because he's so like built in a way that he doesn't get harmed if you punch him, and everyone's gonna hurt their feet and legs and hands and stuff. And then, well, I hope that Shao Kahn just kills Ko Young within the first 5 seconds of the movie to begin with,
Yeah.
and then Liu Kang deals like the final blow or something. I don't know.
Mm.
But before he deals the final blow, I just want Cabal to make his reintroduction and say he's getting his soul sucked,
It's like $12.
Fucking like that was just the gayest fucking name, like phrase to say. Oh, he's getting his soul sucked.
He's getting his soul sucked.
He's
He's
a
about to get his soul sucked.
good girl.
You do realize
I'm happy I don't have
Lord-
season 1. I don't have season 1.
you do realize that the entire movie shouldn't have existed in the first place
The
because
purple one's too good.
Sha-
bro. Say.
Shang Tsung, according to the rules, Shang Tsung isn't allowed to attack anyone outside of the tournament. And
Yeah.
what does he do? He kills people left and right. Therefore, he should have
Yeah.
been eliminated by the elder gods on the spot.
Like the movie didn't make any fucking sense, man. Like the movie
Bro, the
made no
movie's
fucking
fucked.
sense.
Well, because it was fan fiction.
And-
Like this is where me and Total have disagreed, right? Because, I don't like it. It is absolutely like fan fiction. Like when they came out before it came out, and they said, "Oh, we're respecting the law. We're big fans," and think, "Oh, okay, all right." And then they literally just like outside of the Scorpion Sub-Zero stuff in the beginning, they just everything was changed. Right, suddenly now, if you got some fucking scar or tattoo, now you got this superpower, and then if you kill that person, you just, you get it, and that I hate that. Like I fucking hate that. It's just because then what? Anyone can be it. It's like in The Last Jedi. you know, where they were implicating that anyone can be a Jedi. No, they fucking can't. No, they can't. Right? Nobody can be a fucking Jedi. Not everyone can be.
No one has the
Like,
force. Just pick it.
what?
Some people have it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So what they should have done with that movie was like they start off with a Sub-Zero and Scorpion background, and then they should have gone with Quan Chi, and in the end of the
Yeah,
movie
Crunchy
they
should show up,
discover.
man. My
Yeah,
Crunchy
like,
should show up. Fucking hell.
like at the end of the movie, it was like clear that it was Quan Chi all along, and Sub-Zero dies. So it should have been.
Yeah.
And that should have
That's
been
why
the
Crunchy
movie.
controls Scorpion. Like he's like a demon, dude.
Mm.
But yeah, for MK1, I was really hoping for the Grey Kung Lao. He never got to play him in any game. Like we only had his descendant to play with. We never had the Grey Kung Lao, you know.
That would have been amazing. Like if they did that, like you know, if they did that storyline, it would have been really serious. You know, I would have made it really serious, no joking around. You know, it would be set back in the ancient days, so you wouldn't have any stupid pop culture bullshit references from Cage anymore. You could see the formation of things like the Black Dragon, the Red Dragon, the Lin Kuei. You know, like he could have done like so much cool shit, but they never did.
But if you look at the end of MK11, what happened? Liu Kang literally teleports to a new timeline and it's be like, "Hey, Kung Lao, nice to meet you. Let's go training because you're my new champion."
Yeah.
And then in the beginning of MK1, it's like they fast forward everything, and then, "Hey, Raiden, you're my new champion now." Like, what happened to Kung Lao? I thought he was your champion at MK11. Why not continue with him? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, I remember one Ed Boon interview. He said that that you know all the characters will end up in the same spot as they were before, and it's like, okay, well, why fucking bother? Like, you know, you just took the old timeline and made it gayer. Sorry, they did. They made it gayer.
But like, taking away like the rivalry between Sub-Zero Scorpion was a big mistake to begin with.
Yeah.
Like they should have never been brothers.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. 100%. Yeah.
Like why? Like that's what made Mortal Kombat the rivalry, the hate, the wanting the revenge. Like no matter what, no one is going to stop you to get your revenge, even if you have to kill your own teammates to get to that point. You know. Like,
I'm gonna. Oh, this guy. Why have I got my fucking voice chat on? I don't know why I got my voice chat on. I was gonna try and see if I could handle a match while we're having a chat.
What the hell is that name? Katiwahawa. I'm from Wakanda.
I don't know, man. Even even when they made the change, like you had people that were trying to glaze the fuck out of that, like that change.
Yeah.
Of like story design of like Scorpion and Sub-Zero being like brothers now.
Yeah.
And I'm like the old setup was just fine. You know, like there was nothing wrong with the old one. Like you didn't really need to change it. And then people were like, well, it sort of makes the story more personal now. And I'm like, dude, like it's always been personal. Like what the hell are you talking about? Like what the hell you mean? Like the story is more personal. Like your relationship between, like it's just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Man, Star Wars just Enter Dragon, man. Just different story. That's all. We're just Enter
The
Dragon.
thing that I kind of was hoping for is that do you remember the very first trailer, like the high definition one, like that like looked realistic, and then you saw Shang Tsung entering through the portal, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But there's always like a yin and yang, so there cannot be a pure peace. There always has to be like a dark side to everything. And I was kind of hoping that Shang Tsung, by committing evil, he was actually bringing balance again, because there has to be yin and yang. You know, there's no like there's no life without yin and yang.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that Shang Tsung was quote unquote the good guy and bringing chaos back again, restoring the balance in such a way, and that he was being controlled by a bigger force. And I'm just disappointed that they just went with the idea of, well, both endings exist in MK11, therefore he's able to infiltrate in Liu Kang's, but not vice versa, which doesn't make sense. But yeah, I was
Does
kind of
anybody
hoping.
remember? Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
Like I was just gonna, like, does anybody remember like the ending from MK9 for Shen Sung?
From MK9.
MK9.
Where, yeah,
All
like
I
I
remember
thought,
in MK9 was that Shao Kahn was being deleted by the Elder Gods because Raiden tricked him in stepping over the rules or whatever.
oh
Because at
no, it
the end
was
of
kind of,
MK9, Liu Kang died because he went all rebellious against Raiden, and Raiden killed him by accident. And then him and Shao Kahn duked it out, and then the Elder Gods intervened, and then like those like small little like golden dragons were like consuming Shao Kahn. That's what I had like.
oh yeah, that's from the story mode. Like that's from the
Yeah.
story mode.
Oh,
But
you
like I was
actually like the
referring,
tower ending, like a tower ending.
yeah, the
Wow.
tower ending for Shen Sung, like where he becomes like a good guy, and then
I
he
don't know.
has to face off against Liu Kang, I think. Like I thought that was what MK1 was sort of going for when I saw the trailer. I was like, oh wait, like what if Shen Sung is like the good guy? Like what if
Well,
like
funny enough, he
what if the
originally was the good guy.
Was it?
yeah, yeah, but I was like, oh, like I thought that was like that was like what they were going for. Like I thought that would have been like an interesting like change, you know? Like we've never really seen Shen Sung as like, you know, like the good guy, you know? So I thought, okay, like since it's like a fresh start, so maybe
He was a good guy in
we're
the
gonna like
movie.
try and change things up.
The
Yeah.
90s one, a bit. He was a good guy in the movie a bit, but he turned.
Well, basically, the reason he turned is because he quote unquote cheated in a tournament, and
Yeah,
then the
yeah.
Elder Gods punished him by exiling him or banishing him, and then Shao Kahn's like, "Hey, here's your way out. Let's like fight for my side." And he's like, "Okay."
Right.
Like
But
the meme.
we've never
Okay.
seen it though. Yeah. Like we've been told, but we haven't really
Yeah, well,
seen that.
that's
You
the
know?
thing they wanted for this game, that we get through the timeline of the Great Kung Lao, and that we get to see why everything, like, why everything is like the way they are, like why in the present day Shao Kahn is the ruler, why is Scorpion and why are Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting each other, like.
Yeah, it's
Probably
just
too much work.
well, that's what happens when you have like one writer like doing all the shit.
Yeah.
You know, they've only got that fucking Dominic good dude now. Like, what the fuck happened?
It was so funny when people were calling for him to be fired. I was
Was.
yeah, yeah,
Did they?
like yeah, like after the Chaos Reigns expansion,
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh,
like
yeah.
people were so mad. They were
Yeah,
calling for him to get fired. Like that shit was insane.
like lore-wise,
Now
Noob Saibot is like
lore.
lore-wise, Noob Saibot is the worst character. As Sub-Zero, he lost to every subordinate that he had, and then he
Right.
turned to the Eva and he's like, "I'm a complete fighter now." And then he got his ass handed to everyone on his very first fight. He never won except against Havoc.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
true.
That doesn't make sense. Like he
Yeah.
wins against a powered up Havoc, a powered up Titan. Liu Kang didn't stand a chance, and Noob Saibot was like, "Nah, I got this, bro." And then he finishes off Havoc. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, it was like,
Why
yeah,
was there
he even
no
got beat by
Sonya Blade,
Cyrax.
man? There's no Sonya Blade in the main roster. Only in the
Yeah.
cameo. Like that's why
Yeah.
my sister's like, why there's no Sonya Blade?
there's no Jax, there's no Sonya Blade, there's no Kano. Like the
Mm.
fundamentals of MK is not there. Don't get me wrong, this roster is like 10 times better than MK11.
Oh,
but they're
yeah.
just missing the essential characters.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
And they've been calling for Serena to be playable, and they bring her in MK1 and she's not playable. I'm like, bro, what the hell? Like dude, come on.
She did a cameo in MKX, just in the storyline.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just rough.
I think it's one of those characters that's like cool for a brief moment, but like it shouldn't really be there in the base roster, as in like, yeah. I think they view it that way, that she's like more of like a background character than anything else.
Mm.
I've
Yeah,
never played online, like with MK1. It's crazy.
Like
Never-
look at Jarek. Jarek only has been in 2 games, I think, MK4 and which one is the other one with like the giant roster? Armageddon?
Armageddon, yeah. Yep.
MK4 and Armageddon, yeah.
Like
But I
in which
wouldn't
other game?
compare.
Like in which other game was Kai, Jarek playable? I have not seen them in any other games.
Uh,
Uh,
MK4.
yeah, Kai
I
was
was-
also MK4 and Armageddon
Mm.
for Kai.
Like,
and
Because I
yeah.
thought that like at the ending for Kai that he got like the weapon of Raiden and he was like on par with Liu Kang or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but you also have to keep in mind, like, not all the endings in MK are canon. Like, they're not all canon endings, so...
Yeah, but what's the point of introducing new characters and then never to include them again? And then you have a character that everyone hates, aka Devora,
Mm.
and then she makes appearances in 2 games. Like,
Yeah, like, yeah...
My Raiden's
yeah.
brother's not in this one. Was in the MK11 and MK4.
do you understand the amount of hate that Devora gets because she kills every character off? Like, it started with Melina. All the Melina fangirls or fanboys were going through the roof because she got killed off. Then she kills Scorpion off and a few others.
And
Like-
Baraka.
Yeah, I remember.
And I
crazy.
remember Ed Boon
Yeah.
saying with MK11, yeah, we are bringing many fan favorites, and the first one he mentions is Devora. Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you trolling right now?
Mm.
He loves the war, man.
Yeah, but I get what you mean, though. But, like, I get what you mean with, like, the whole Jarek thing, you know, like a side character and stuff, but I wouldn't really put Jarek and Serena on the same level. Like I feel like Serena is, like, way better,
Mm.
like, compared to Jarek. Like,
Yeah.
Jarek is literally, like, he's a copy-paste of Kano, basically. Like that's
Yeah,
literally Jarek.
But
Like,
why introduce him in like at all then? Why introduce him in MK4 if you're never gonna use him again? It's like it doesn't make sense. That roster could have been used for a different character in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're. Yeah, I feel you. But I also feel like it's for them to sort of like give you a sense that there's like more to the world of MK. You know, like, oh, like this is like another Black Dragon member. You know, like because
Well,
like
you already have
you
Kira,
we-
Cobra, and Kano, and then
Yeah.
Jarek. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, did
because
you-
you hear about the Black Dragons, but you never really see them.
Cobalt.
Like you don't know who these guys are. You know, so I guess it's for them to be able to like expand and introduce like new characters to the player. Like that's just my take on it. So
I wanted Cobra
like-
to come back. Cobra from Deception. He was cool. People say he was like a Ken rip-off, but
Mm.
I liked him a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, they
I
could
really liked
redo characters from old that were essentially knockoffs and make them their own. Like that'd be fairly easy to do. So
yeah, even Su Hao, like you can make him work if you have like the right like design and story for him. Like I think you can make him work. You know, but yeah. Even though he's the most hated character.
oh man,
I don't know.
Oh. Oh. Fucking. I don't miss playing this game online, I must admit. It's just-
Imagine like in MK1 that Liu Kang, instead of like retaining his positive self, he becomes corrupted because of the overflow of power, and then he actually transforms into a Naga or something, or
Mm.
like he gives birth because of energy to like a different being called Onaga. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anaga should show up in this game. Bad.
But that's what I was hoping for during the trailer,
Yeah.
because you saw Shang Tsung going through the like. Also during the trailer, Liu Kang killed off
Sorry.
Shang Tsung. Like, does that make sense? During the trailer, he already beat a big bad.
Mm.
And yet again, then they present him. Oh, who is this
All those
mysterious
combos,
evil
man.
guy?
It's com.
Oh,
They Tekken 8 is very good now. They fixed up a lot of stuff.
did they?
Tekken 8. Yeah. I've been playing with Brian now. I stopped playing with Eddie. Brian. For fun.
Well, the game is getting a lot of hate because of the latest DLC characters.
Yeah, but fuck. I want Kuma back, and I want it, and the VF character to be in the DLC for me.
And also imagine this, imagine your character, Sector and Cyrix, being MK11, but they're not playable, so you're waiting like 4 or 5 years to be playable, and then they're like gender swapped. It's
Right.
like, well, you get what you wanted, but not in the form that you wanted.
Yeah, I mean the special moves that like the cyber ninjas have, right? Like look at it. Watch this, right? Like so, like he beat me, right? So then he's got to do the fatal blow in the end because he's a homosexual,
Yeah, and then you have to watch and sit through it.
right?
And
Like other
those-
fighting games, if it's a killing blow with their super, then like it'll just, you know, it'll shortcut it, right? It might do like the first hit or something, but it's just, again just bad design. This game forces you to sit through stuff, which just like takes
Too
forever.
long. Too long to watch. 4 hits.
Yeah. But this is like what, a year and 8 months or 9 months or something, and this game is just dead. You know?
Yeah, it has received less support than MK11.
So the new deals, the new skins is the last of the game. The new
Well, I think
skins.
so. Well, maybe they can keep on piling up skins, but they're not gonna release new characters or cameos or storyline. There's the only difference. Like uploading skins is easy, right? You just have to alter certain stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's like chroma key stuff. Yeah. Just change the different color palette for the different parts of it. Yeah. They could add like a single gear piece and claim that's DLC. You know, oh look, we're supporting it. Oh, we brought. They'll probably even stay for the invasions, right?
Or just them updating the premium store. Look, we're still supporting the game.
We're still supporting a dead ass game.
Mm.
Couldn't even reach 2 years, man. They even last 2 fucking years, bro.
From the start, I had problems from the start when the first trailer came out. Do you remember the dragon crystals? Where is the dragon crystal? It didn't show up in the trailer, in the document.
Mm.
Then
Oh
it
yeah,
showed-
like they hid that. They hid that from the players.
yeah. Oh my god.
That shit was wild, man. So no Injustice 3 then, huh?
Oh god,
Yeah.
no! If fucking Mortal Kombat can't even like save.
Even Max
Warner
Max is
Brothers.
he's like it doesn't want Injustice 3. He doesn't want. He wants another MK game. That's what he said.
Oh, whatever Max is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what they're gonna do. I think they just need to take a break from making new MK games and just like just work on their
Do
legacy.
something new. I can do something new then. Leave MK up in the side. Put him in the corner.
Yeah.
Just do something fresh, maybe. Create a new fighting game. I don't know.
I think the problem, like I
Nah.
was saying it earlier, like the problem with fighting games, like some of these anyway, it's like they're designed to just get you off the ground, you know, and keep you up there as long as possible. Like Tekken 8 also suffers with that same issue. Like as soon as they get you up in the air, right, then you're kind of like stuck in these big combo loops, you know, or not combo loop, but like combo strings, right?
Yeah, at least
What's the
it's fun.
face?
Huh?
At least
What's the face?
Hey, I beat you, man.
At least I'm
Are you
fun
talking to me?
combos.
Look at this dude. He just did 31 hits, like over 500 damage. Oh, gee, great balanced game. Wonderful. Just, I don't know why it's dying. Right? I can't imagine why it's dying. It's a fucking clown show. Right? Because they don't make a game that's fun anymore. They cater it to a type of audience that loves that style, but I don't think NRS knows how to make fighting games properly. You know. I'd love to know who was in charge of doing all the fighting mechanics back in the day. Like, was it? It wasn't just Ed Boon, was it?
No, John Tobias was also like he was the coder, right?
No.
He was the one...
John like designed like visually and wrote the story, but Ed Boon was a coder. Mike Boon was a coder.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Just trying to think of who else. I don't know. There was probably a couple of others as well. But yeah, like, yeah, it's. I don't know. Like they didn't have like pro players to lean on, right? Like they didn't have a pro player go, oh, we need you to come and make our game for us. You know, we need to figure out the gameplay mechanics. They never had that. They just made their game, and then like they'd have come in and people would play test it, and then that was the end of it. That was all.
No one
That was
playtested this
all it
game.
was.
Maybe 1 or 2 people or 3 playtested this game.
Yeah. So that's why like I question, you know, like why do we need input from the pro scene? Because it never used to be. Like back in the day, they never used to do that. Like they made their fighting games, and then the community would then figure out what to do with that fighting game. And then unless there was like something broken, that they ban it from a tournament because it was actually something like quite, you know, you shouldn't be using because it is broken. Then yeah, nothing was. They just left it as is, you know. So I don't know, man. But you know, if this is indeed the end, I'm glad it is, because moving forward, they need to reevaluate what's important. They can tout sales all they want and stuff like that, but I want to know retention rates and I want to know returns.
Why did they do that poll on X? They were doing that poll with Peter Persa, everyone. Why did they do that? For no reason.
I don't know.
Yeah, you pretty much read my mind. Like, this feels like deja vu. Like, this was what everybody was literally saying with MK11. They were like, oh, thank God. Like, MK11 is done.
Yep.
Now we can move on to the next game.
Yep.
And look at where we find ourselves now. Like the same predicaments as MK11, right? So I'm like, wow, like we're just doing this stuff all over again. Now we're saying, oh, thank God, like MK1 is done. Now we're moving on to the next game. Like, what's stopping from the next game not being as bad or even worse than MK1? You know? Like, yeah.
We'll see what happens to the movie. If the movie bombs, it's fucked. If the movie bombs, it's finished.
Oh, it'll bomb. Like, I can't imagine, like, this is the thing, like, I can't imagine, you know, it actually doing well. Like, they took some liberties with the 95 movie, but, like, they still kept the core of what, you know, the MK characters were. Sonya, Kano, Jax, or not so much Jax, Sonya, Kano, Cage, Raiden, Liu Kang, Katana. You know, they're all felt like, you know, yeah, they seem very similar to, like, how they've been portrayed in the games, you know.
Right.
And then, you know, and then the 2021 movie came out, and, like, yeah, the beginning part was alright, but Jesus, man, like, it just fucking fell off. You know, like, it just, they're like, oh, we need Cole Young in there to help people understand the story. And it's like, we didn't need that in 95. You know, we literally were able to understand the story through all the main characters easily. Like, it wasn't even an issue. And then they changed the way you're chosen to just, oh, you got a fucking scar, you know, and then, or a tattoo, and then his plot armor came out to help defeat Goro. I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, I'm just sitting there. I don't understand. As any MK fan, I do not understand anyone liking it. And some people go, oh, but it had fatalities. Shit, I've seen that shit in fucking John Wick. Like, how is it any different? Like, you know, this sort of violence has been in other movies and stuff for so long now that it doesn't matter. If you did it back then, sure, but not now. Oh, Kano did his heart rip on Reptile. Yeah,
Maybe.
we've seen shit like that in other movies and stuff before. It's not shocking anymore. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not whatever. Big deal.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
Raid,
not
movie
impressive.
Raid. It's so violent. It's like pure Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. You know, and so there's what I always thought was the strength of MK was the story. You know, you tell a great story and you're going to get people engaged. I think it's become too focused on, you know, like fatalities and gore and blood.
Yesterday,
So
I was watching Karate Kid Legends. Fucking, it's amazing.
the new
With Jackie
movie.
Chan.
The new movie.
Oh, it's good, man. Oh my god.
Oh,
Martial
really?
arts is so good. It's so good. Watch it online. Holy moly. The fighting is like crazy good.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
The new one, Karate Kid Legends.
Oh,
So good. Comes out the 30th in Australia. Comes
isn't
out.
Tekken doing a crossover?
Yeah. Holy shit, I saw Tekken poster in the movie. I went crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was in the train.
Damn.
In the train, and the Tekken poster was in the corner. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, that is sick.
Yeah. Because they're doing crossover
Oh,
in the game.
you can hear Toby bricking up. Toby's bricked.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah. Second best Tekken player in the chat. So
Can you guys hear me now?
yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Goddamn.
Yeah, I said you're the second best Tekken player in the chat.
Second best? No, I think you're like you mean to say that I'm the best. Second
I'm
player in
okay.
the chat, right?
No. I'm pretty sure you said I was the best.
No. I think you're saying that I'm the best.
Are
Do
you
you want to
sure?
go first to 10?
Oh,
You want to go first to 10 with Aaron Black? Huh?
You want the first to 5 Aaron Black, huh? You want the first to 5, huh?
Oh shit.
Oh damn.
Okay, hell, man. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that movie. I couldn't stand the Jackie Chan Karate Kid from years ago with Will Smith Offspring. I thought that was like, listen, the whole fucking thing's set in China. Like, why are you calling it the Karate Kid?
It was called Jackie Chan is in the new movie, and big twist. There's a big twist at the end.
Oh well, don't tell me.
Yeah,
Definitely don't
big
tell me.
twist.
So,
Yeah. If you
um,
see Cobra Kai, I'm not saying nothing else.
okay, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, they've done really well. Like there's I know it's movies, but like or a TV show, but there's people that respected the law of Karate Kid, and were able to create a show out of it while respecting the original. Like nothing about the original was tainted, changed, or remodified, or repurposed, or retconned. It was all literally just carrying on, you know, later in life. And you got to give them props to that, man. Like, that's a huge win. That's a huge win.
YouTube Red. It was YouTube Red. Remember YouTube Red?
Yeah.
When it first came out? It was when it came out. Good.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. Yeah, and they've done such a great job with that show. And that's what we need for MK. We need someone that actually loves Mortal Kombat. I mean, if you look at the South American scene when it comes to Mortal Kombat and Mugen games and all that sort of stuff, they're keeping MK alive. You know, like people are making MK Mugen projects all the time. You've got, you know, like the tournament scene they had recently over there with all the Brazilians just went nuts. Like, so there's a massive love of MK from that part of the world. And they've been keeping it alive through things like Fightcade and Mugen games. You know, like some of them, like what was it when we were doing Fight Night the other night? Like some of the special effects and things that they've applied to some of the old special moves in these old games is incredible. Like they look great. You know, all the lighting and the special effects and you know everything. So they can do it. Question is, will they? So. So I don't know. Man.
Like it's crazy that you guys talked about the MK1 movie, like the one that came out in 2022. But you guys glossed over the what's it called again? The Arcana thingy?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
it's just
Arcana.
about-
Yeah, fucking.
Fuck that.
What the hell, man? Yeah, that shit just felt like a fan fiction. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna show this. Hang on. I'll see if I can share this. This is by the Fourth Snake. So this is a tweet he made, right? Kind of defending Eduardo Boone. And I just
Oh god, here we go again.
yeah, I kind of want to see what you guys think, and everyone else in the chat, right? So
Oh boy, here we go.
So the Four Snake says he here, he goes, once again, this doesn't indicate, this is by Murdoink when he posted that video that I played of him saying there was going to be years of content. And he replies, he goes, once again, this doesn't indicate that Ed is a liar. It's entirely possible and likely Warner Brothers wouldn't allow further development due to low sales or their new shift in priorities after Suicide Squad bombed, given the benefit of the doubt. Now, I can agree with that, and I can also disagree with it. Right, because I think that, like, you know, I can agree that, yeah, like, maybe he's just a mouthpiece now and he doesn't really have a lot to say, but at the same time, I don't think so either. You know, like, these people aren't held hostage. You know, what accountability? Like, you got Harada even coming out and sort of taking accountability for things, you know, and standing up and saying, right, you know, say this or that. I think, what was the other dude? Neo fucking, there was some Tekken guy. Like some CEO, like part of the company, they came out too and they said, yeah, you know, as the head of, you know, Namco or whatever, we've blah, 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 or something like that.
Yeah, it was the other producer, the other director.
Yeah, right? So, you know, like, that's all we're...
They were
That's all,
working together. Yeah.
That's all-
Harada's now like a new boss. He's a new boss for the Tekken games. Like, he's fixing everything
yeah.
now. He's fixing everything.
So some of the replies is like, we have to give them the benefit of the doubt on MK11 Pratt. We're being misled, says Murdoink. He goes, this guy Muggsy says, are you fucking serious? He's fully aware that Warner Brothers has a habit of yanking things, so he really shouldn't make such reckless statements over and over game after game.
Simple as that. Like, don't make promises that you're not gonna keep.
Yeah. Aaron says they'll release another expansion in a year or so, complete edition. I struggle with that, says Mr. B something. I can't help but think he cares for the players, and he probably does, right? Because there was that one interview a while ago. Somebody asked him in the audience about like the classic games or being remastered or something, and he seemed to perk up. You know, like it seemed to like really excite him, you know. And I wonder if they have something like that happening behind the scenes. We know that Warner Brothers San Diego. Like, Warner Brothers San Diego got shut down, which is where John Tobias was working. So, I don't know if he's been repurposed. I don't know. Like, as I said, I think selling their legacy would get them back in the good graces of the MK community. Like, the people that grew up with the NRS games, I feel sorry for them to a degree. Because, like, they don't understand how great we had it. So, when you're seeing old guys like myself rant and rave about this old shit, you don't understand that, like, your series, your NRS little window exists because of the massive monolith of shit behind it. Like, you got this massive mountain of what made MK great, you know, behind it for you to get the slop that you got now, right? And so, you know, they said that, like, it's almost like they have the mentality, it seems like some of these people at Warner Brothers and NetherRealm, where they're like, oh, we need to forget our legacy. We need to forget MK9 and everything before it. You know, we can't be reminded how great it was. And here we are, a year and 9 months later with a definitive edition, because they can't fucking, you know, yeah.
It's same thing. Tom Cruise, his movies, man. He cares for his fans.
He does.
He
Yeah.
cares for his fans.
Yeah. Mike says you're absolutely right, but the problem with Boone is he's never transparent. He never comes out and is honest with fans who have been with him for 30 years. Just tells us, guys, game didn't like we hoped. Warner Brother pulled the plug and we had to move on. Like, that's the thing. Like, yeah, like, you know.
I know him, Mike. I know him.
Oh, you do, yeah.
Mike.
So, Yeah, so like, yeah, if he's honest and upfront, because he trolls a bit with stupid shit too, which doesn't help either, because then you never really know if he's serious or not. You know, like, and he is still the figurehead. He's still the creative director of MK, like, and co-owner. So, you know, there has to be some responsibility there. Like, it's not, they're not making MK without his say so in terms of, like, you know, direction and things they put in there and stuff like that. You know, but he just, you know, he fucking runs off the blue sky and posts on the Diddy platform, you know.
Wait,
So-
he's on Blue Sky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ed Boon is on Blue Sky?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he actually requested for someone to change his name because he could no longer take his name.
Mm.
Oh, hell nah.
It's like that saying, fool me
Okay.
once, shame on me, fool me twice. Fool me once, shame on them, fool me twice, shame on me. Whatever it is, right? You know, how many times does this need to happen before people start to go, okay, you know, maybe this isn't, you know, maybe we shouldn't put any faith in there, right? And like I said, I think getting faith back would absolutely be, you know, by having, you know, them sell their legacy, right? Because I remember this one thing, it disappointed me. Ed Boon, I don't know, it was some poll. I did a video and I can't remember what it was, but he was shocked that there was such an older bracket of MK fans still around. It's like,
No shit.
it's like, yeah, why
No
the
shit. Like, why is he shocked?
You made money, man. These old fans made it from money.
Yeah. How do you think you got whatever you fucking did, bro? Right? Even 3D era people are fucking old now. You know, considering the timeline. So, like, why wouldn't they be? This is what I'm saying. It's like, it's almost like he got so tuned to seeing what was only on Twitter that he didn't realize that, yeah, there's this massive world of MK fans that are still old guard, you know, came in through the 3D era, were there from the beginning. They're the ones that, like, have been, you know, keeping the games alive. When you got these pro people, fucking some of these content creators going, we're keeping the fucking games alive. No, you're fucking not. What? Because you stream? You know, because people are make content. I'm not keeping the game alive, right? Because I'm only a tiny sliver as well. What keeps the game alive is the majority of people that have been fans for so long that are advocating. In fact, you know what? I would advocate actually that people like whoever's doing Fightcade is doing way more keeping it alive than me or some only pro, right? Or people that make Mugen games, you know, who are actually putting their vision of what they think is MK out there, you know, and hoping people will like the experience of it. They're absolutely doing something. My tiny slice, yeah, sure, like I'm doing a tiny bit, but it's nowhere near as enough compared to what others are actually doing, you know, in that space. And the fact that, like, I'd probably put Fightcade at the top, because Fightcade, they went so far to create an app that allows you to play these old games online against people, right? They've actually created a community out of it, you know. And that's not just for MK, but for any of the old classic games as well. So, you know, they're sitting on a pile of money right now. You know, they could easily make a fuck ton of money by just putting this stuff out. But I don't know if they will. I don't know if they will. I mean, they could even make a lobby system. So, you know, like with the Capcom collections, right, Neo? Like, you've got like the, you know, you scroll through the games and then you load it up and you play, right? They could go one step further and create an actual lobby, you know? So you can access the games in a quick menu, but then you can go into lobby, you know, and you could have like different areas of the area, like the lobby. One could be like a living forest, and when you go in there, it's all the MK2 versions of the game. Everything from the Master System versions, the Mega Drive, you know, the arcade. And then you can go over here to the Deadpool, and the Deadpool might have other different versions, and so on and so on and so on, you know. And then you're running around with other players. You know, you're building a community and seeing a community there, you know, for you then to access these games and sit down at arcade machines and so on and so forth. It can't be that hard because other fighting games do it. You know, it's not like Warner Brothers are fucking poor. So, You know, it's just sad. Show us your shirt, Neo. What's on your shirt? I want to see your shirt. What do you got?
Cyberpunk.
Nice. I like that
Yeah.
shirt. I got one, but
Yeah.
it's
Do you-
just like a square. But yeah, I gotta get that. Looks great. I like that one.
I have another one. I have Keanu Reeves. The one
Oh
with
yeah,
Keanu
cool. Oh
Reeves.
yeah, yep. Johnny Silverhand. Yeah.
I stopped playing Cyberpunk. It just got bored the shit out of me. That game. I spent at least $100 on them when it first came out.
Oh really?
Yeah. PC.
Well, I'm gonna wrap it up, boys. I'm gonna go get some food. It's almost lunchtime here.
Okay.
Okay, man.
But thanks everyone for joining. And
good.
I'll probably be on the Discord after this anyway, after I eat. So if anyone wants to come in and chat, then that's cool. But thanks for jumping
No
on.
problem.
That was cool.
Yeah, good chat.
Yeah.
So,
Laters.
but yeah, it's it'll be interesting. I'm very curious to see if they'll make an official statement about this. That's what I'm curious about. Will they officially say that's it, all done, or are they still going to bleed this out till the movie comes out and then wait?
Yeah,
until
wait for
after
the
that?
movie.
Yeah, because if they announce,
No, they're done, man. They're done.
oh, we know
Like,
they're
the game's
done.
cooked.
Yeah, we
It's
know
over.
they're done, but are they going to officially announce it? That's what I'm curious
Wait for
about.
the movie. Just wait for the movie.
I mean, yeah, the trailer for me is like more than enough to be like, yeah,
Yeah,
like it's over. It's officially over.
yeah.
But
Even
yeah.
Batman games were Game of the Year editions and it finished. No more. Even the
Yeah.
Batman games.
Yep.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, that's it.
Wrap that shit up.
That's all, folks. See you.
Yeah, boy.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. That's all, folks.
Yeah, boy.
Like Porky Pig or whatever his name is. Like, yeah, that's all, folks.
Fucking Porky Pig.
Fuck that pig.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Wait, hey, what? Fuck a pig? What?
No, I'm sure.
Huh? The fuck you on about? All right, guys. So I'll leave it there. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Yeah, I will. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.